rip the bag right open. You don't open from the side.
You don't have to do it that way.
Yeah, you do. It's barbecue.
What if we
I'll open it from the bottom too.
What if we want to
Now you
save
can't even
this
take it
to put
home.
in a jug of water?
Here's what I think the actual thing
Yeah.
is. It's so you're not sticking your hands in the bag and touching the bread.
Yeah, you're not like.
But also, listen, sandwich bread and barbecue bread, while the same bread,
Yes.
It's a different experience.
dude, I could have 10 slices left right in the trash.
No,
Get
you're
outta
gonna
here.
throw that away?
Yeah, rip the bag open. Well, you would
that's-
just eat it at your desk. Or
I
we put
would.
it in some water. What's up?
Hit us with the intro.
Oh, hey, it's Off Topic Podcast, Thanksgiving edition. No. Brian's dropping meat already.
That was
Damn
so
it.
sad.
I'm your host, Mikey
Brian's
Mike.
drunk uncle.
We got Lindsay, Tre, Jer,
Yeah, I'll take it.
Ra. Got some sponsors this week. We got
Alright, that's-
Bespoke.
Cut
We
it
got
in.
Movement and Untuck It. Flawless. Nailed
Very
it.
good.
Yeah.
Boom.
Nailed
That's
it.
good.
I looked at you the whole time.
Yeah, you
Continuity
did.
maintained.
Yeah, dude.
We'll have a fan
We're
edit
very
that.
continuous.
I
You
can
know.
change my clothes and we'll do another take. And I'll
Yeah.
suddenly be in a dress.
So we have food, but we're gonna eat it, and you're gonna get pissed off.
I will only talk when there's food in my mouth.
It's Texas Thanksgiving.
Really get those.
Yeah. So once again, not to besmirch Rudy's.
Oh, please.
Are you about to besmirch Rudy's?
No, I think he went for something
No,
else.
no. Once
Your
again,
tongue.
for the second, if not third year in a row,
Yep.
I was like, let's get Boston Market.
Boston Market.
Couldn't be
Oh.
done. Again.
Couldn't be done.
Yeah, and we were ready this time.
Yeah,
it was
they're
like
just
a
like-
week ahead of time.
That's hot
And they were
corn.
like, and Tyler's like, I'll hook it up. I'll make it happen. And he was like, yeah. They're like, no.
This is
What-
the
what do you
Austin
mean,
market.
no?
And
all right?
we're
Austin
pre-taping.
no.
This is
There
the
you go,
Austin
Austin
market.
market.
They were just like, we're filled up. You
Oh,
can't.
okay, so it's not like we refuse to serve
No,
you,
but-
sir.
but-
Go put your shirt on, fucker.
But
We're
they're
waiting.
allowed.
We're pre-taping this, obviously, because like we're not coming in on Thanksgiving, but it's Monday. It's 3 days before, and they're
Yeah.
filled up.
Yeah.
Can't
They
do
couldn't
it.
do it today. Who
Can't
the
do
hell's
it.
eating Thanksgiving on Monday
Us.
at Boston
Americans.
Market besides us? Damn it. So he's like, "How about Rudy's?" I'm like, "Obviously, yeah, I'll
Michael,
eat that."
every podcast that is based in Austin needs their Boston
Just
Market
saying.
Thanksgiving
It's
episode.
just like, I'll be honest, it's not that great. It's just like funny to be like, oh, boom, Boston Market.
Oh, thanks,
they
pal.
they got chicken and turkey and shit, and they got sides.
they do
Really,
have
that'd
those
be
things.
funny.
For
hungry.
And
That's
I just can't make it happen.
a cheap Thanksgiving meal, it's pretty good. I like Boston Market.
I mean, Boston
grew up
Market
with
ain't
Boston
cheap.
Market.
Buying a turkey
No.
and cooking it
Relatively?
yourself is way cheaper.
Yeah.
Turkeys are cheap as
Finding,
shit.
It's
Yeah, they
finding
are.
a turkey
In
and
terms of your
slaughtering
time.
yourself.
No,
Very
not at all. It takes
cheaper.
forever, but a
It
turkey's like
depends
10
how much you
bucks.
charge by the
Listen
hour.
myself.
Turkey's like 10 bucks. Turkeys are cheap, dude.
Hey, you flash fry it.
Yeah, but my
What are
hourly
the
Videos you
rate.
house
see of someone taking a frozen turkey and putting it in like
I've
hot
never
oil or
seen
And it
something.
explodes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, there goes their house.
All the water.
My hourly rate's $50 though, so.
There it is.
Tyler, is there no cheese?
Yeah, if you're gonna
Oh
fry a turkey,
my
make sure
God.
it's dry. You know,
I mean,
that
I
water and
appreciate
that hot oil. Boom!
Is it hermetically sealed like the cheese that Michael had at his house the other
Oh,
day?
like a crime scene
Yeah,
cheese?
it was like a crime scene cheese.
Yeah.
Chicken?
Yeah, that was
Chicken
at the other
cheese?
barbecue place that I
Yeah.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a struggle to get open, too. He's looking. You can't find what's not there, though.
Can't
You have
smell
to
it.
ask for it.
It's the opposite.
specifically.
We should ask Sarah. We probably have 400 pieces of cheese left in our office.
We definitely
whenever we order
Yeah.
Rudy's.
Every now and again, Ryan will
I
waltz
don't
in
know
with a
why
piece of
she.
cheese.
I'll be honest though. Even though
Michael's
it's-
about as often as me.
Even though it's wrapped though, it does not hold. A day or two later, that cheese is not good.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
it's fine. It's just not as good as it was the day of.
When you see me walking in with it, that's a desperation
I need some
move.
sauce.
Thank you for dinner, sir.
I'm at
Oh,
the end
yeah.
of my rope.
Slap me that sauce.
We're missing
Yeah.
that souse.
Tyler, what was the waiting time for Boston Market? Like, did they say like?
They just
yo,
said they can't have it.
No, I
There was
know.
no wait
The
time.
waiting time was
Fuck
never.
up.
It was a fat no.
It was just
Yeah.
fat. No.
Did they say like we are not like you
Wow.
cannot place orders until this date, or is it just like, hey, in this one instance, no? Because I don't know if there's like a back catalog. Like, can you pre-order Boston Market?
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I was trying to get it like at least like to see when I could. They did not let me get it at all this week.
Huh?
Just
I wonder
to-
what the
just to
cutoff
check.
Yeah, come back next week,
Yeah.
sucker. Although
Yeah.
2 weeks, because he did it this last week.
It's like
Okay.
We talked about it last
Here's
week.
what we do. Get the iPad out. Order for next year right now.
Yeah,
Here's the
ahead of
thing.
time.
I think they're going to be busy then too. I
here's
think
the
it's a
thing.
marketing
I don't
ploy.
think
I think
They're
this is
gonna
what
be
I
I think it's a marketing ploy.
Here's the thing too. You know, I went to get the sauce,
They're
and
almost
Tyler's
like
like,
nasty.
"Hey, sorry about the cheese. I'll let it slide because it's Thanksgiving."
Yeah. You know what? We're thankful.
But it's not.
Yeah.
goodness. What are you thankful for, Jeremy?
What am I thankful for?
Probably that
Yeah.
sweet fucking board game night we had last week.
That too. We
Oh.
were just talking about that.
They just did a slow pan on your barbecue, and I think it was 90% sleeve.
Try again.
Well, here, let me
Move
hang
this
on.
to
Hang
Let's
on,
get a-
hang
hold
on,
on.
hang
One
on.
hand.
Get a good
Well, I didn't know we were
cross-section.
getting it. All right, here, I'll do it
Here we
with
go.
my left
Here we go.
hand.
Oh man. Yeah, show us the pour.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Trevor, keep it on my sandwich, please.
That's a dirty sandwich.
Even the audio listeners,
I've
like
thrown
their
some
mouths
brisket
watering.
and some turk on this sandwich.
There you go.
What's a fork?
I want some onions, please.
There you
Slap
go,
those
my
And then
onions
just
in.
take some pickles and put them
I'll
right in
pass the
Trevor's
onions.
mouth.
Oh God.
So yeah,
That was fun, though.
speaking of that board game night, Lindsay has officially been bit by the coup bug.
Lindsay's been-
It's
I
really
still
fun.
haven't played this good
love
game
it.
you guys
What?
are.
Really? Unbelievable, honestly. I feel like
It's
I've barely played it, and I've played it like 9 times.
All right, run it down for me. Why would I want to play
Cards
this game?
and lie.
you lied.
I mean, that's it.
Okay, so let's go.
Yeah.
Here's the other
13.
thing that happened. Jackie of Jackie and Alfredo fame became Lindsay.
Went nuts.
did, yes,
Just
it was
went
awesome.
insane.
Insane wrong move after insane move after just not reading cards.
I channeled my wavelengths
over and
of her.
over again.
I mean,
it, was,
you guys-
it was unbelievable.
You guys have played Rainbow Six with her before.
Yeah.
She didn't
And
become anything.
It was-
She-
I
played
she
TTT
is
with her
that,
before.
It was
yes.
unbelievable.
But like, 'cause we played Love Letter at one point, and there's a card in Love Letter called the Baron, which is like you compare cards with another person, and then the higher number lives and the lower number dies.
Why?
Every time, unless you're Lindsay, and then something happens. But every single time she played one of those cards, she lost.
lost.
She either didn't understand it or just like didn't have the right card for it or anything like that. And eventually Michael yelled at her, never look at any of those cards again.
Well, also because in the expansion, there's an opposite, the Dowager Queen, right? Where it's like the higher number loses.
Yeah.
And she also played that. I don't know. It was either incorrect or just insane.
She-
an insane
she
It was
played it.
incorrect.
She played the Dowager Queen when she had a 5 and lost, and she played the Baron when she had a 4 and lost. Anytime she played a compare card,
She also, someone else played. She wasn't, this was the craziest one, was someone played the, I think it was the Dowager. So it's like the higher card loses. And I can't remember, I think it was Alfredo or whoever played it challenged me. And I won. And then whoever loses, you see what card they have. So it gives you a good range to know of what the other person had.
Right.
So he lost with a 3. So it's like there's only a 2, a 1, or a 0. And Jackie leans over to Alfredo and goes, he's got the princess, which is an 8. And I go, stop. Just stop. Don't comment on the card. Jackie, please. Like,
You are the kiss of death
you
in this
are,
situation.
you have once again misconstrued this, and you weren't even involved in this one.
was pretty amazing.
Please.
The only difference is she kept looking around in disbelief, like, I don't know what's happening. I just go, yeah. Like, this is what's happening right now.
The other funny thing that happened was we played another game called Betrayal, House on the Hill, which is like that one where you build the house as you go, the
Yeah, we've
haunted
done
house.
some
and-
Let's Rolls in it.
We did a couple Let's Rolls, but basically you two just teamed up as one character, and then Jackie and Alfredo teamed up as one character, and their character became the bad person, which ended up being a 2-headed worm. So there was an Alfredo head and a Jackie
Right,
head,
which was
which
kind
were
of
both
amazing.
doing their things, and the Alfredo head was just an idiot, like because it had to rely on rolling to move around the house, and Alfredo just sucks at rolling
Got
dice for whatever
0
reason.
after 0 after 0.
So that Alfredo head just chilled in a room the whole time while the Jackie head tried
he kept
to do
getting
stuff.
up and just facing the wall. Like in the room, he would just stand in the corner and look at the wall.
Something about that man.
I don't know what it is about Alfredo, but I learned this when he played D&D for the first time. This was back when he was just joining Achievement Hunter. He was just like guesting, so he was visiting, and Lewis ran a game. So it was Wayne, who used to work at Achievement Hunter, Alfredo, me, and Lewis playing some D&D. I think Jackie might have, she joined eventually, but he could not roll above a 10 on a D20, which half the time you think you would. This man has such bad luck with rolls throughout every game ever played. Like, and he was like our tank too, so he'd be up there. He's like supposed to be melee and doing all the damage
Sounds like
and
more
stuff,
like a twink.
and he would just never hit at all.
Maybe his
That's
hands,
it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what's
yeah.
up.
No,
Is
he's
he not
bad.
shaking properly?
Jackie was like, "Come on, do it
bad.
this way." He's like, "I don't know what to tell you. It
It's
rolls,
his
it
wrist.
rolls."
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a damaged wrist.
You should do one of these.
That's what
Yeah.
it is.
that's
This
a
is
good one.
carpal tunnel.
Maybe just
Yeah.
throws it across the
Yeah, yeah.
room really
needs to
hard.
yeet more.
That'll shuffle it.
Well,
out.
he needs a
Give me
roll
Yahtzee
tower
cup.
just to take it out of his hands.
There you go.
That would
Yeah.
be
Or
it.
like one of those boggle
cups.
things where
Yeah,
you
one of
just-
the cups.
I was
Oh,
like,
like trouble.
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go.
During Love Letter, in a very me-like fashion, like, first off, the way that we were seating is Mike goes to my right, like this. Jeremy was immediately to my left, then
Yep.
Trevor. Jeremy, during all Let's Rolls and during this game night, always politely reminds me of the rules. He's like, "Hey, this is happening." I'm like, "Thanks, buddy."
Yeah.
Like, I'm back in it. Okay.
Like, I just wanna inform you.
Real quick, that's a dumb move.
Let me
Thank
just
you.
remind you that
Okay.
you probably don't want to do this.
Yeah.
He's like,
So
ah.
twice I made a move that I thought was good, and then everyone was like, "No, that you fucked up. You fucked up." But then somehow I would have a status effect present or something that would flip it back and be like, "No, wait, actually you do win." And I was
Right,
like, "Oh
yeah.
yeah, sweet."
I mean, that did happen. One time you handed Jeremy a loaded gun and he shot you, which was wild.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I saw your cards because I was out, and I was like, "Oh, this will be good." And then you played the other card, and I was like, "Huh?"
I know.
And then Jeremy went, "What?"
I will now kill you.
And then it was his turn. He went, "Well, I kill you."
Yep. I had an 8 and then a guard, a 1.
Which
and then,
is used to guess like the cards. If you guess someone's card accurately, then they're eliminated
and
with a guard.
8 is princess, right?
Yeah.
No, you had something that
No,
wasn't.
you had,
Something
you had the
like
king.
that.
No, you had
the
the
9.
king.
You had the king.
You had the king because you traded cards.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Oh.
right. Either way, I traded with Jeremy because
You
I knew
took-
he had a higher number, and I
Right.
was in my brain. I went, "Okay, I'll have the higher number. That's great."
You took his card, which he knows what it is, and then
Yes.
gave him an assassin.
I know.
Which can kill anyone if you guess their number,
I know.
and then he goes right after you.
I just went, okay, well, I know what you
he
have
was like,
now.
"Well, I just gave you that card. You're dead now."
It was literally the Pikachu meme. I went,
Yeah, it was like Lindsay was like playing 3 steps ahead, and she walked off a cliff. Is what happened.
I mean,
was
there
wild.
was so many times where, like, by all logic, both Lindsay and Jackie at different points in both of those games, you're like, okay, by all logic, I should know
Oh,
who you
yeah.
are,
Yep.
and so I'm gonna call you out on
Yep.
this BS. And then because they didn't understand the rules of that role, and so they're like, oh yeah, with my captain, I'm gonna do that. I'm like, what is it about? I'm challenging that captain because if you had a captain, you would have prevented yourself from getting fucked like 300 times already.
There
Yeah.
was some.
And then she was like, wait, what? Huh? And then
was
she
some-
went, no. And then she showed her captain. I'm like, I died. I'm like, what?
there was also some
Like, well,
scenario.
what? I should have been fine.
I don't even remember how we got there and take a whole explanation to get there, but whatever the setup was Lindsay had a guard, and basically she should have used it on Trevor. It was like a fact, like you're gonna hit Trevor with it. And Trevor had an assassin.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
she didn't hit Trevor,
Yeah.
and he was just bewildered
Here's
by
what it was.
He just kept going,
Alfredo?
and she hit Alfredo and guessed his card and killed him. Yeah. it was just like Trevor's just
Here's
like
what it
the
was.
game ended and he was like, why didn't you attack me?
It was-
What doesn't make any sense?
It was you, Lindsay, me, and Alfredo left. You had the jester token
From
on you-
her.
From her. So if you won, she would get it. So she had no reason to attack you. Alfredo had the constable in his discard, which means if he dies, he automatically gets a heart as if he won. So I'm like,
So you don't want to
okay.
kill him. You want him to get to the end, but have a low card, because then he doesn't get anything.
Right. So by all logic, I was like, great. She should attack only me because I have no skin in the game here. Like, and so she's just gonna be like, I'm gonna try to get you out, right? Because then I don't get any hearts or whatever. And I'm like, great, I have the assassin. You better pick me.
Which, if someone guesses you
Alfredo.
when you have the
I'm like,
assassin, they
what?
die.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then was right.
And was right.
Killed
and so Alfredo's
Alfredo.
like, okay,
He
and
took his piece.
took a heart.
And then we finished the round and she had the highest card and she won.
Yeah,
So then she won another point.
Trevor
We
so
won.
and goes, what do I do?
Trevor just goes,
So I was like,
I was like, I'm sorry.
he was blown away.
very
but I
funny.
can't
Alright.
fault her because she won.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Lindsay.
I also won 0 rounds. I won 0 rounds.
Let me ask you, Lindsay.
Yeah.
What percentage of your life, what percentage of the decisions that you make
Are made in that way?
is based
Random?
on total misunderstanding or misinformation?
Oh, probably like 75% of my decisions.
And that they
yeah.
work out for you.
I mean, that's
almost.
hard for her to judge. Because she doesn't know. It's
yeah,
misinformation
I
at
was
this
just
point.
telling Jeremy, it became a bad habit to where like I wouldn't fully register people asking me questions or making decisions like that, and I would just go, yes. Wait, no, what'd you say? Hang on. Like, before we commit to this, what'd you say?
Very yes and yes.
And it is improv.
Yeah, but it's not yes and, it's yes
Improper.
wait.
You've been
Yes,
taught to
hold
just
on.
agree.
Yes, wait a minute.
I've been improvising life for so long. Oh my
Firing
God.
from the hip.
It makes sense.
Ignore all the moments that lead up to now. Just think, what do I want to do right now?
Go.
All right.
There you go.
This episode of Off Topic is sponsored by Movement. Black Friday is upon us, and so is Movement Watch's biggest sale of the year. For a limited time only, every single thing at movement.com is on sale. That's hundreds of premium watches, blue light glasses, sunnies, and jewelry styles with a fresh new discount just in time for the holidays and all of your gifting needs. One of their modern sport watches right here. It's sleek, it's clean, it's classy. It just goes with pretty much anything I wear. Movement watches come in a variety of colors and designs to help you find the look that best fits you. Plus, they make the perfect affordable gifts to your family or friends without breaking the bank. Do your wrist and wallet a favor. Go check out their minimalist designs that you can have with no risk because they offer free shipping and returns. With over 2 million watches sold in over 160 countries, Movement has solidified themselves as one of the fastest growing watch brands out there. Shop the biggest sale of the year right now at mvmt.com and use code HOLIDAY19, because that's the year 19, at checkout and get free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com using code HOLIDAY19. Go to mvmt.com, join the movement.
Another moment in Love Letter, then
God.
then we'll stop talking about card was when Jackie and I both dumbed off of each other. So we were already in that crazy loopy
double
mode.
dome?
God,
Yeah,
Coup?
they did dumb off each other.
Coup was
yeah.
unbelievable. This was unbelievable.
Coup was one, but there was also one in Love Letter.
Okay.
I don't remember how we got set up, but it ended up where it was my turn, and I had to trade cards with Jackie. I was like, yo, let's trade cards. And I thought I had a higher number, so by revealing it, I'd be like, yay, you're out. I traded. She had a totally different card than I thought. I lost, and I was like, oh, fuck. I completely forgot that I had a card present that made it so that if I die, I get a heart. And you were like, hey, by the way, you get a heart piece. And I was like, oh yeah, fuck, awesome. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
thank you.
I lost.
Just like, God
It's
damn.
like you purposely died so you could get
So-
the heart.
Right,
You
like-
get the constable.
I planned that.
So in Coup, there's 2 teams, and you can only attack people on the other team.
Yes.
But you can flip people. And if everybody's the same, then it's a free-for-all. Then anybody can attack anybody. If it comes down to it.
Yeah, I forgot about that whole debacle.
you know, there was 7 people. So we're down to, it's just myself, Lindsay,
Jackie.
and Jackie.
Yeah.
And like, I was in the best position. It's a whole, like, you have to collect tokens, and you can use the tokens to like kill people, and they have, everybody has like 2 characters. But like, I was the biggest threat of the 3 of us, and they just kept flipping each other. Like,
Oh, right.
it was unbelievable. Like, literally, they would both negate each other's turn, and then I would get a turn and just get more points. And they did it like 2 times in a row.
You can basically do a move with the teams where it's like, by flipping, when there's 3 people left, you can always flip someone to make it like where it's now
2 on
you
1.
and the strong person versus the
Yeah.
other person. So the strong person's on your team. But Lindsay and Jackie kept just flipping so that
other.
they were on a
Yeah,
team
yeah.
by themselves against Michael,
Yes.
who could kill.
It made
either
no
one of them.
sense.
Right, like basically it was like a, you're going down with me rather than like get them.
it made no sense.
weird.
It made no sense at all.
Very weird.
One of us initiated it, and then the other person was like, oh yeah?
It was literally that. One of them did something, and I think Lindsay went, and then Jackie was like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing that too." And I was like, "Well, you've
I
just
do it
done
back.
nothing now.
It was very short-sighted
You
because
guys have just done nothing. It's my turn. I'll collect more points."
But-
Am I supposed to just walk? I just killed both of them.
Out there watching
Right.
them
It's just, I'm just okay, and now you're
you just
dead.
kept collecting
Okay.
their money from
It was just
changing
like-
teams.
And then like Jackie died, and it ended up being Lindsay and I, and like just 3 turns out, looking at what we knew was on the table, I go, well, I can't lose.
Yeah.
Like it's impossible for me to lose.
Correct.
No matter how she lies, which is the whole game, no matter what she pretends to have, I can just take 1 coin every turn, and then I'll coup you. And I
Yeah.
did.
And
That was crazy.
yeah, she almost got away with something too. But
That was good though. That was fun. It was a fun night.
Fun night,
Eric
yeah.
was there.
Eric was there, my
As
wife.
your-
Yeah,
as
my
your
lovely
date?
wife.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In
Was
our
there.
house, dirtying it up.
Harsh.
Dirty.
Yeah,
I'm
he was
still
pretty.
clean.
I sat next to him. He was clean.
I feel like we need to take Lindsay to Vegas and throw her on the poker
Oh
table.
yeah?
That's
No.
dangerous.
I mean,
Fuck that.
I,
She'll literally
the
get
sharks
on
will
the
be
table.
freaking out. They won't
I've
have any
played
idea.
Texas Hold'em, but barely. So
that's
That's
why.
perfect for you. That's your wheelhouse. If you knew what you were doing, you might mess
God.
it up.
It's
No,
true,
go to
yeah.
bl-
You're
go
too
do
ahead.
blackjack. Then you'll piss everyone off.
Oh,
like,
God.
No,
at
no,
the
no,
table
no. The
off.
reader isn't looking at. You know, they don't care. They're just gonna put the cards out. It's the other people at the table in poker that are gonna be freaking
Like,
the
what
fuck
is
out.
happening?
Like, what is wrong with
So
you?
I'm saying blackjack too. You don't know how you're playing. You lose for everyone there. When you
Yeah.
take the dealer's cards, people fucking hate you.
Yeah,
gonna
they
They
be-
do.
The dealer doesn't really give a shit. It's not their money.
I love the mental process of people watching that happen too, because for me, my brain is like, I'll figure it out. I'm just trying to make it one day after another, man, in this crazy world.
through that whole
But people
job.
watching me usually go like, holy shit, what's happening? She doesn't know what she's doing.
That's usually me.
And then after the universe somehow rewards me for doing those behaviors, they go, she must know something that we don't. I'm like, no, dude,
Nope.
it's all empty up here.
See, look, I've only done it twice where I've actually gone to a real poker place. Once in Vegas and once they've got a place here in Austin. And those people are all constantly like bickering at each other, like, are you really doing that?
Yes.
You know, is that what do you
They're
think you got?
intense.
What do you think you got? You would destroy them.
You'd be like, I don't know what
I
I
don't
You
got.
would probably lose,
Wait, we're
but
supposed to
mentally
look at our
they would
cards?
be so
right. Oh, shit.
freaked out
thought it was
by
cheating. I
what
don't
are you
wanna look.
doing.
You play with them face up.
Oh god. Especially if there was a lot of money on the table. Like I would be murdered in
like-
seconds.
I'm thinking of like
You
blackjack.
folded with 2 aces.
Thinking of like blackjack when the dealer's showing a 15 and you have like, I mean, really anything at that point. You expect them to bust. This would be blackjack. But I mean, if you have like a 12, you stand because you expect the dealer to pull a face card and bust. But I would think of people like 3 people going like, "Oh, this is nice," and then Lizzie's got a 19 and goes, "Hit!" And they're like, "What are you doing?" And then she takes the dealer's bust, and the dealer's like, "Oh, 6, 21," and then
Yeah.
everyone fucking hates you.
If you're playing blackjack, you've already gone to lose, though. I mean, that's a game you're just screwed.
Yeah, but even then, like if I know, sorry. So
but
blackjack and poker are the only things that you really should do at a casino, in my opinion.
Blackjack
because-
is not. The odds
Yeah.
are not in your favor in blackjack.
I mean, like more so than a roulette game or like.
I mean, you have
Always,
a say in it.
always
You have a
put it
say
on
in it.
35, whatever
That's-
color
that's
that
it.
is.
You have a
exactly.
say in
Might
more
be
There's
red.
some input, exactly.
That's
Like a
really-
slot machine. I'm never gonna play a slot machine.
you
There's no
shouldn't.
point.
No. Well,
Yeah.
slot
You
machines have
shouldn't
gotten
do
ridiculous.
I don't even understand them anymore. And I went, like, when we were in Vegas that one time, I was like, I'll go see what this is all about. Put in some money. It's gone.
Yeah.
Like, instantly, like, click, click, click. Okay,
Yeah.
there, it sucked it dry. I'm leaving.
You were the one you were our bad luck magnet when we sat down to the blackjack tables for a
Yeah.
while.
I went, like, I crept up, and then I dove down. I was like, nah, well,
Nah, well.
I don't know.
All right.
That's all right. The ATM's right over there. They have them very conveniently
Oh, yeah.
located
That's
everywhere.
That's the
in case
only
you need a
game
bit
that I
more.
win. I put my card
Yeah,
in and
you
money
get the
comes
money
out. Like,
out.
wow.
Yeah.
I lost
Money.
that one for the first several tries in Vegas. The thing wouldn't give me any money.
Oh, that sucks.
And
You're one of those
It was like you've had
Wait a minute, wait a minute. You're in
losing the
Vegas?
ATM
Who
game.
are you? Who are you? That's the PIN number's right, but who are you? I got a thing from the bank. They're like, "Are you really in Vegas?" I'm like, yeah, I'm really in Vegas. All right, maybe it's you.
Whoa.
We'll give you a
Really
little.
not that absurd of a trip. I mean, it's not like, you know, if you wind up in Mexico and then
Yeah.
you swipe your card, they're like, whoa, you're in a different place.
And I've wound up in Mexico, and they still give me money.
Wound up.
Right.
Where am I? Mexico.
How'd I get here?
Yeah. Like, was this planned?
Well, okay. In
Unplanned?
this instance, Mexico is actually Scotland,
Oh, okay.
but it's equally
Same
unusual
thing.
for me to
Same
just
thing.
Yeah.
show up in this country.
They're both trying to get in
Yeah.
the country.
Yeah. They're kilts, so they hide.
They're kills.
Upcoming Seven Wonderings. Watch out for it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not even with travel. That happens with conventions, is I get flagged sometimes, but I usually get flagged for like dumb purchases for work. It's like, did you mean to buy this insane prop? Like, yes.
Yes.
I did mean to buy that
course I
$500
did.
Spyro replica. Thank you.
I've been on a purchase rabbit hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, you really have. And you
Just a
text
bit.
me.
I would say bender. It's not like a lot.
And you
it's
text
more
me your
just,
Amazon
it's more
card
just
quite
what
a bit.
it is.
Yeah.
It's not like I buy
see you
1,000
text her
things.
money
Keep
going, I'm like,
rolling in with new things.
This
every day.
is my version of Ariana Grande of like
What?
Yeah.
I see it,
Licking the
Dave.
I
donut.
like it, I get it,
Yeah.
and then we wear it, and
And
then
we wear
film it,
and then we go insane.
I would
and
love-
we sometimes film it.
I ain't buying no diamonds for me and my
The
friends.
amount that
okay?
has not been filmed of what you're talking about versus the amount filmed.
We're getting there.
Oh, it outweighs the filmed amount.
Heavily.
quite a
Getting
bit.
there.
You
But that's
guys
what keeps
were-
it legit.
You guys were rolling around on the floor at one point doing this bit.
then Trevor started
and there was
filming
no cameras on.
Started.
No, you could cut the camera and they would be there all
There's
night.
a shot.
Whatever.
There's a
You have to go
shot.
home.
Trevor at filming. If you see me turning the corner, crawling on the
Rolling
floor.
around.
And then he comes home with us anyways. I'm home with him
Yeah.
in the bit. It doesn't stop.
So I don't
You
know where
live the
I don't
bit.
know where the bit ends.
Mine
Sometimes it's hard
stays
to
here.
stop.
Unless I'm with you.
I
outside
would
of
love
work.
to
Then
s-
it infects me.
I'd love to see what your recommended cart is on Amazon now.
Dude,
what
it
recommends
doesn't
to
know.
you.
It doesn't
Or
know.
what your ads are when you're scrolling through websites. What
I
it's
have-
pulled from
I've
your
been getting
data.
diapers lately.
Yeah, I know.
ain't for my kids.
I did a stream the other day when I was.
Mixed signals.
It was an extra life thing where I dressed up as Deadpool, and under the mask I'd put a cutout picture of Hugh Jackman's face.
Nice.
Like, yeah.
That it's actually kind of hard to find a picture of Hugh Jackman's face that's suitable to cut out.
Should have gone to my bedroom.
For some reason, that then infected my Amazon searches,
plenty.
even though I didn't search on Amazon. So now, whenever I bring up Amazon, one of the first thing it recommends is Hugh Jackman's face.
Nice.
I want to
Buy
buy
it for next
that.
time.
I want that.
Mine and my Google searches
Yeah.
recommend like jock straps that are just like pockets in the front
Yeah,
because
Pockets
because
with
we were
a
looking at one that
waistband.
was shaped like an elephant. Remember that? Yeah.
We did. Yeah,
It was before we did an AH Live, and my Chicky-Doo character is an elephant, and I was like, I'm just gonna come out wearing like a thing that looks like an elephant.
that also
No.
So now that just comes up on all my Google searches.
that turned into us looking at the side sling, where it's just like
Oh,
a
yeah, that
thong,
thing
but
makes
it
no
goes over
sense.
One
Oh,
hip
yeah,
and
yeah.
holds your
Side
dick.
sling.
Yeah.
What, so you can pop that off to the
you
side and
bend
you're ready
it.
to
No,
go?
it's like a
You
it's like
tie it
imagine,
around like a tail.
Yeah.
imagine like
Goku.
a thong or a jock strap, or not a jock strap, but like
Yeah.
like a thong
Kind of.
kind of.
It's like a
But,
dick
but
clip.
only one.
Yeah.
But it only
You gotta
has
clean
one
hips.
side.
So it just holds your meat over to the side?
Yeah,
Well, I
because
mean,
there's
it's
not
still
one on this
centered.
side.
Is it
Like
just
a
your
gun
balls are
holster.
hanging out?
This is one of
No,
those things that
it's just like
Oh,
wrapped
all-
around it, and it must be like tucked into your crack or
God.
Oh,
something.
let me
Get that out of here.
This is one of those things that Jimmy Kimmel was on the street saying, like, will you put this on? And some people actually take him up. Though not ones that
Interesting.
you want to
Hopefully
see.
they kept most of their clothes on when they.
No.
Oh, my
no,
God,
Just,
okay.
just the dick clip.
I mean, do they get paid?
I don't think they do.
Oh,
I
then
think
I
you
wouldn't
just
do
ask
that.
people
Is
to
that
do
Still
it.
seeing on
legal in
ordering people's
public?
faces.
Yeah,
I got some
why not?
face-off shit. Like who else's face can you
get
order?
paid
Can you
in
order our
recognition.
faces?
Let me see what.
You can't
You know
order
what?
our
I've never
faces.
actually looked at it to
faces
see
on Amazon?
why
Like a
it's trying to
mask of
sell me his
yourself?
face.
Yeah.
Because you were looking for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't look for it on Amazon.
Yeah, but they knew.
They got your data.
They got the cookies.
Dude, every online advertisement I have right now is Disney Plus. I'm like, you
Yeah.
had me. You had me at hello. Day one, I bought it.
There's more.
And how else? How deeper I can go?
What?
Like I scroll through Twitter and it's like every other tweet is like a sponsored tweet by Disney Plus. I'm like, I get it. All right, I'm consuming your crap. Now move on.
I'm consuming your
Give me something
crap.
else to watch
Mandalorian's
over.
really good though.
Yeah.
It is.
No,
it
I-
is.
I haven't
Started
gotten
watching
Disney
that?
It's
Plus,
really
and I
good. Yeah, I
keep
watched.
thinking about getting
I
it.
watched.
There's a free
I
trial.
binged all three.
Maybe I should get that.
Episode 3 was solid. I'm not gonna be one of the
They're
people that
all
complain about 1 and 2 because those were
jiggly.
good too.
Oh, did they people complain
There's
about
some
it?
people that are
I
cynical.
don't give a shit.
No, it was great. It's been
could
great so far.
watch-
It's a good stance to having a lot of stuff.
It's not a spoiler.
You'd probably
What,
like
hateful?
it, or you.
No, I don't give a shit.
know.
Mandalorian, I think you'd like it.
It's
I probably
You got
would.
shit on
It's-
your head.
it's
I just
good.
noticed.
Do I really have more shit on my head?
You
Oh, 'cause I
really
was
do.
wearing the thing.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
it's
lot.
from the thing Michael bought.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it. It's the old man.
Yeah, it's the old man.
The old men. So if you're interested in a couple of old men, I'd definitely check out this
Watch the
show.
post show.
Yeah.
Do something.
Oh, he's finally
But,
been purged.
I think
from
the
my
old men
search.
are gonna have some things.
Well, it's not really a spoiler.
We need a blender.
because it's all over the internet.
Just smash it out there. I know exactly what you're gonna say.
yeah. You know,
2 words.
baby Yoda.
Shark.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
It's
not
kind of
How
hard
can I
to
avoid
avoid
that?
at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not
it
actually
was-
Yoda, to be clear.
No, it's a species,
So
but we
to
don't know
be
what it
able
is.
To continue spoiling it.
I mean,
Yeah.
like-
Let me explain more.
I mean, obviously, they mentioned the timeline. That's out there. Like
It was a nice surprise
clear.
when I watched
that's
episode
not. Nothing's
1.
impossible in Star Wars.
It looks like Gizmo.
a little bit.
You're right.
It looks like Yoda.
It's a little gizmo.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does
it's
look
kind
like
of
it.
Gizmo.
It
You
looks
No,
like
it
Gizmo, but
looks like
he's
get him,
Seattle.
you get him
fucking
wet,
sick.
more come out.
He's sick.
Yeah. In hardcore channel, my parental response though. I don't know
It's-
if you had the same thing watching it. Maybe not. I don't know. But I was like,
so-
leave him
It's
alone.
so
He's
weird.
50 years old.
It's so
give a
weird
shit.
how
He's handling himself.
baby-like he is.
I don't get it. I don't get the biology of this. Makes no sense. Oh, he's 50 years old, but his
In this
race
state.
lives forever, so he's still tiny. No one wants to deal with a baby for 50 years.
Yeah.
Parents of that race would
Yoda
just chuck
does.
the damn thing out the window.
They breastfeed for decades.
But also, I mean, like again, if his parents are like 800, it's not. you
Yeah,
know.
that's
50
their-
years is still
their
50
time.
years. I don't care if it's how long your life
Yeah,
stretches.
and
That's
for
a
us-
long time to change a diaper.
And for humans, 18 years as a dependent is long. For a mouse, it's like you're born, get the hell out.
It's true.
True.
Yeah.
It's like it's just the same
A horse
thing,
is
but
like,
longer.
walk, damn it.
Yeah, they're born walking.
Get out of here.
Or they
It's
die.
been 30 seconds. 18 years sucking at the teeth.
Listen, I love Baby Yoda. I'm gonna buy whatever
Yeah, you
plushie
do.
comes out. Yeah, I do.
You've been
Yo, can you get him that
left
like
and
that
right.
side
Sure,
pocket?
Sure, he's been
50,
walking around the
it's cool,
office
he's
doing this
50.
I've been going.
since it came
Oh,
out.
should I get a Yoda side pocket?
Yeah. Yeah.
Passing out.
Instantly like Baby Yoda less.
But by towards the end of episode 3, I start going, all right, man, they gotta stop doing close-up shots of Baby Yoda. I get it, all right?
Why?
It's distracting. It's
It's
throwing me
fan
way out of the
service. Come
episode.
on.
Distracting.
All right, there's a. It's. I've
They gotta sell the toys.
Listen, I've been blue balls hard enough. I'm like, Like, okay, stop
I'm
showing.
sick of being blue ball by this
I'll be
baby.
honest, well, no, not like
They're
that.
green balls.
Yeah, I'm like, stop showing this
God.
baby. You're taking me out of the
Here's the
action. I
thing.
like him
Also-
too much. I'm like, oh, he's adorable.
part of the
They don't have
plot.
to sell the toys.
I know
That's
he
why they
is.
didn't put it out yet.
That's the plot.
No, they don't. They're not trying not to sell them.
Christmas.
They're trying. They didn't want spoilers, so they didn't make the toys.
Which I
Spoiler,
appreciate.
no
honestly.
one.
Now
can
they
deny
want the
Baby
toys.
Yoda.
They're-
That's the plot of the
They want the
pre-order-
toys a lot
The
now.
pre-order for the toys like are for late 2020 or early 2021, I think. If
Here's-
you get that Mando, you know.
Here's what blows me away about the Baby Yoda in the show is because like he mostly floats around in this little baby orb.
Yeah.
It's like a cradle, but it just flies.
bassinet,
Yeah.
because it's Star Wars.
Which, by
And
the way,
it's like-
has the greatest parental device ever, the button that just closes it.
It closes
It's like,
it, or
shut
like
up.
you can
up,
shoot
baby.
it left and right, just move it wherever you want.
It follows you,
But like
even at a
essentially,
run.
Maybe
you know,
that's just him. Maybe
like
that's
a
just
baby.
Yoda.
He just sits there most of the time, and he's just looking.
Mad cute.
He's got like his little like. It's also I didn't realize like the old shit rags that Yoda wore are like ceremonial. Like it's the same shit rag, like brown rag. It's just like
Earth
it looks
tone.
just
a
like
burlap
Yoda.
sack with
Yeah,
holes.
It really is. I'm like fuck. They're really like committed to this material.
Yeah.
But like what? It's like he gets into it and constantly like it's like a baby, like a toddler. Like he'll be in the orb. And then Mando, this is what I call Mandalorian. Mando will be doing something, he turns around, and then Baby Yoda's just like standing there. But you never see him move. It's always like in between
you
shots.
can see him reach up.
I barely, but I just mean it'll be like he's 10 feet away in the orb, and he turns around, and he's just like standing at his feet. Like they do that constantly.
You-
He's
you
like,
see him get
they'll be
out.
like, get back in the thing, baby.
You see him get out.
I know he physically is capable of moving, but
No,
they
but you
barely
see him.
show it.
He like falls out.
A lot of times he's just there, and
you know
he'll be
how
like,
much it
Baby
costs?
Yoda, get back in there.
To animate a baby Yoda crawling across the floor, no.
Baby Yoda, fuck off.
No
Dude,
way.
it looks good though too. Like
Yeah.
it's so much better than like prequel Yoda, who's like pure CGI. Like there's clearly
Uh-huh.
some mix of
CGI and
either
puppetry. yeah.
animatronic and puppet and CGI or whatever. And it's like, look at that guy, look at him. Don't be standing there. Get back in your ball. And he said, "There's like
You
this
crazy little
dude,
baby."
There's this one like I'm gonna say episode, but there's one
old baby.
there's one like chase scene in the show. There's like a chase sequence, and Mando's like, "Oh, I'm a Mandalorian. Shit's going on," and it just cuts back to Baby Yoda. He's just like floating after it, like in his little ball.
Wait.
It's just so the audience knows, like he's coming.
Fine.
He's
Which
still
is fair
coming.
because that started happening. I was like,
Where's Baby Yoda?
where'd the baby go? And they leave
And
it behind
it's
for
just
a
got him
while.
going like
Dude,
he
me,
mostly just sits there in his little
minute
pod.
into the introduction of Baby Yoda, I was like, he hasn't been on screen for like 3 seconds. Is he okay? Is he good?
Baby Yoda, all right?
Fine.
He's sealed in his pod.
He's fucking looking or napping.
I know.
That's it. Or
I'm the
playing with a
Aaron
ball.
Paul meme. I'm just screaming and crying about this baby, this
Or that-
CGI baby. Damn it.
It's a good show though.
Get that
It's
out from in
it's
front of me.
like fun. It's also, at least to me, like 3 episodes in, there's no bullshit. Nothing drags on because they're short. It's like 40-minute, 30, 35 to 40
30
minute
to
episodes.
38, I think. Yeah. is
There's
where
no
it's
like big, long-winded, like we're just killing time. This is a waste scene. We're just jabbing our jaw about nothing. It's just like, boom, he's doing this. He's catching this guy. He's chasing this
red.
guy. Oh, he's melting metal. That's a lot of montages. I think there's been a montage in every single episode.
I was
But they
you know,
only have 40 minutes.
Silly.
That's good. That's good.
is the way.
Montages
Don't
are good because they
threaten me
move
with a
things along.
pickle.
Fine.
Pickle sandwiches.
But
You want a
it's
red
just like, wow. It's just like, all right, let's fix this. Montage. Do. All right, let's make this. Montage. And it's like, cool.
Yeah.
And now he's got it. 10 seconds later. Sweet.
It's good
Cut
stuff.
out the shit.
It's really old western like inspired. I really like it.
Yeah, I like the Mandalorian lore, the Mandalore, if I may.
Wow.
About, like,
Damn.
That's never been done before.
planet.
That's never been done. It's never been done before.
Oh.
Just kind of cool to hear about the
It is cool.
backstory and the
It's
culture.
it's like, and now I'm sure this exists in all like the expanded universe that doesn't exist anymore now because Disney's like get out of here. Like
Yeah.
the 8 million books that came out since the original series. But like as far as the movies goes, Boba Fett is like a schmuck. He's a loser. He's nothing.
Yeah.
Just people think he was cool,
No,
and
he
then
sucks.
like post movies for 30 years, people are like, this guy's fucking up. It finally makes him cool. Like he still sucks because in the movie he's like, hey, look at me, and then he dies. But like.
Hey, but he caught Han Solo.
But like the Boba Fett species of the Mandalorians are like, oh, there's like a whole thing. Okay, this is cool. Like there's like this guild and this is what they do, and they're like, a whole society, and it's like it builds all the narrative that like would have made Boba Fett cool. So now it's just like I keep going like, are they gonna talk about him? Like, remember Boba? That guy was crazy. He hasn't come up yet.
yeah.
Well, is he around yet?
Well, so this is 5 years after Return of the Jedi. is when this takes place. So Bubba already got kicked in the fucking pit.
Yeah.
Oh.
But in some lore, he got out. But
Yeah, but not.
I don't
that's
know.
not
if
canon.
Baby
any of
Yoda
it's still
isn't
in
Yoda.
canon.
It's not canon
No.
anymore.
It's
no.
just a Yo-Darian.
No.
He got out
It's a Yoda.
and he went back in.
Yodalorian.
He went back in?
No,
If I recall correctly,
that's
he gets
correct.
out, gets into one of those big sand crawlers. The
falls in
sand
or
crawler
something.
goes back in, and it's like, welcome back.
No,
It's like,
yeah.
because he like
You're
fuses,
correct.
he fuses into the plant, and because the plant digests you slowly, your consciousness becomes part of it. And there's a 1,000-year-old young child who's died in it, and so he spends his time talking to that guy.
What the?
That
Cool.
kid. Yeah.
What a cool bounty
That's
hunter.
how the whole story is exposed, is via
sorry?
this dead child.
That's a
that's
Stephen King novel. Is what you just described.
come play with us, Boba. Or Jake. Well, yeah,
Whatever you are.
whatever. You're basically
Also,
the same.
Side note and nerdy question, but you just said the Mandalorians are a species, but is that not like a title?
They're people.
I thought that
No,
was
it's a
like
race.
their
No, it's a
Yeah.
race.
religion.
It's a race.
Oh,
No, they're a race.
And
no one.
nearly
no
all
one,
of them are dead.
No
right?
one in Star Wars
They're
is
very
a human.
yeah.
There's
They-
no human being.
No such thing as
The Clone Wars
just like
you're
basically wiped
listening.
out a lot of them.
Still.
So the Mandalores are a
Empire.
race, or the Mandalorians are from the planet Mandalore, and they're just like, I mean, you assume again because of the prequels that they look like people, but that's also a huge thing in the show where they're like, never take off your helmet.
But
The
it's
3 episodes, none of them have taken their helmets
Yeah,
off.
but
What's
they
that guy's
have
name?
flashback
Pedro
sequences
Pascal.
where they clearly show people. And it's like, okay, that's what they
Oh,
look
that's
like.
true.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, all the clones were based off of.
Right.
Yeah. So
What if they took the helmet off
Jango.
and their face was actually the exact same shape as the helmet, but it looked like a human?
Actually, yeah, I think you take it
could
off.
be, dude.
It's
And their
Hugh
eyes
Jackman.
were like,
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
They're all just wearing Hugh Jackman's
Yeah,
face
with
is
the
taped to the
staple.
inside of it. Just looking through
And then
it.
you take that off, it's Ryan.
it's me all the way down.
But yeah, you know what? For a thing that's like, I don't know, the guy's wearing a helmet. I don't give a shit if I ever see his face because it's very like plot-wise
Yeah.
makes sense. It's not like, you know, if you see a movie or whatever, it's like, wonder what that guy looks like, or like Batman, you know, like take the mask off. That's what Bruce Wayne is. It's very,
Yeah.
it's kind of irrelevant in the
Yeah.
show, right? It's not really like. I hope you see his face. One, I already know what the fucking actor looks like. I've seen Game of
Yeah.
Thrones. But two, it's just like, it's not. It doesn't. It's beyond the normal. Just like he's wearing a helmet. What's he look like?
Like you never need to see the Master Chief.
It really has nothing to do
I
with
like
it.
characters where you never see their face.
Well,
That's-
Pedro
I like that.
himself, and kudos to the director and the cinematography there. But they do a really good job of like making him emote, even though you don't see his face. And same with speech patterns. Like obviously, you know, Boba Fett's
And he's
pretty,
got like that like.
It's monotone and like authoritarian, but still interesting. I'm not bored
Yeah.
as I'm watching
it's
it.
because he doesn't say too much to the point where, like, when he does speak, it is to the point, right? And,
also,
like,
he does-
there's a purpose.
Plenty of like physical acting.
Yeah.
Which you can really tell. Like this part's funny, even though like you know you can't see his face. It's just like that's a funny moment.
Yeah.
Especially again throwing Baby Yoda. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah, it's it makes me like when I see
You see the contrast with the murderous bounty
Baby
hunter.
Yoda as
The
a
murderous,
title.
the murderous
So
bounty
funny.
hunter and Baby Yoda.
There's a murderous baby. Yeah.
when I see content like this, it always reminds me, like Ryan said, of the Halo series. Like they struggled to make that movie. Like they were gonna make a Halo movie, but they're like, oh, how do we do a protagonist that doesn't say anything ever? And I'm like,
You
I
just
don't know.
do it.
There's plenty of. I mean, I'm sure it is a challenge, but there's plenty of great examples now of like strong silent types that it focuses more on like the silence makes the moments when they speak more impactful, and it's more action heavy. Like,
You're right, it's
there's
loaded
ways to get it
dialogue.
through.
Recently, Mad Max, the newest one, the protagonist almost
True.
never speaks.
Well, that be true. He is the protagonist, but I would argue that the real
gift.
star of the film, or
fake.
like the person
One of
who's
his
supposed to be the protagonist,
lines.
is Charlize Theron, right?
I
Whatever
mean,
the hell her
basically.
character name is,
I mean,
what was her name?
basically, she's like.
Yeah.
And the people are mad about that.
She's
Like,
driving the plot, man. He's just
I mean,
off
the
ride.
name of the movie isn't Angry Arm Lady, though.
No,
Yeah,
but still, like, that's absolutely what's happening. So he goes, okay.
I mean, when I think of the movie,
he
I
is
think
just
of
really there.
I think of both of those
I
characters.
absolutely think of both of them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude.
They're both leads in that.
If you didn't have him
Mad
in the
Max
movie at
and-
all, it would not affect any part of the plot.
I wouldn't
It'd
go
be
that
like,
far.
Well, he's
totally
the
same.
observer that relays the story, essentially, even though he's not narrating it.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue that that's like the audience, is that you're being taken along on a ride with Max, so you're kind of him. but
Yeah,
it.
that's my seat in the movie. Kind of like.
Hey, go ahead. Who's in my seat? Who's this guy?
Oh, wow.
That's Shinzon.
Additions.
Also, speaking of Master Chief,
Take on some mass.
our productivity is gonna flatline next week when Halo Reach
Master
comes
Chief
out on
Collection.
PC. Time
Well,
to lasso.
And
Oh,
Gavi
wait.
will be home.
Part of it.
What's up?
Gavi.
He will be home.
back.
I was just gonna be like, oh wait, when is he home? And if he's back,
Yeah.
I mean, it would be insulting not to do it.
Yeah. Also, because I have to leave early that day, I think.
On the 3rd?
So it start bright and early though.
I have to leave kind of early on the 4th because that's Chump's premiere.
Lasso month?
But not that early. I'm talking like 4.
January
4:30.
Lasso month?
Yeah, I don't know.
I have nowhere to
Figure
be.
it out. Yeah, okay.
Yep, there you go. So, hell yeah.
I'll play
Yeah.
it.
So that Pokemon is great.
Let's see, we talked about that last week. Though.
I wanted
I
to
got
get
my
back into
6 badge
Pokemon
last
here,
night.
and
Okay.
I lost my
Good.
son to that Pokemon game for like the entire Sunday.
I can get it
Oh,
back.
yeah?
Son,
I've taken
the Pokemons.
He never returned.
I'm just imagining a scenario.
I thought I'd have him till he was 10, but no,
The
at 8, he just
Scyther
ran off with the Pokemans.
Ryan,
He was taken by the Pokemon.
Ryan,
Great.
Ryan's son.
You triggered their characters.
I gave him the Pokedex and he just left.
Triggered their character.
you're gonna hand us a Switch and be like, please bring my son back.
Find him.
We'll get in
Find
there.
him in this
I'm
place.
from Pallet Town, had a son.
Oh god.
Peloton's like a smorgasbord.
Went to Viridian Forest.
Does your son have Sword or Shield?
Sword.
Okay. Nice.
He's got a death.
He didn't care, but I just picked sword. Because maybe I played a little bit too.
Hey.
What do
there
you
go.
have? Do you have Sword also?
Yeah.
Okay. If you need a pony tip, I
don't-
got you.
I don't
Put
know.
them out
Oh yeah,
like
he
crazy.
doesn't. Aren't in there.
Do I?
He doesn't.
They, I mean, okay.
You
Here's
have
the
to play
thing.
the Pokedex.
I think Ponytail looks really good. The Galar one.
Oh.
I think Rapidash looks a little doof.
It's a little like,
What I like is
Fancy.
that they're really spicing up the types, like that it's a fairy type. It's
Yeah.
not just like
They are
a
getting
look.
spicy with the types.
What does that mean?
It means they're mixing and matching.
It's just like
different
they
things.
took old Pokemon and they just
Gave
made
them
them
another
look
type?
different, but they also like changed their like moveset.
You know, in
and shit.
Pixelmon, when you're trying to find that Rattata and you're like, hey, I got one, it's a dark type. And we're like, no, Ryan, that's a normal Rattata. Well, you're looking for an Alolan Rattata.
Right.
Same shit.
Right.
So it's like instead of being normal type, it's dark type.
it looks
which is
different
more
and
fun.
it
So
has
they-
It does fill that
types.
fairy slot for me, which is awesome.
Admitted that they couldn't come
No,
up with
what?
any more things and just started calling them something else.
No,
the thing.
no, it's because of people like Matt Bragg who don't want to let go of the past. And they're like, look, it's still in here, but we made it new.
Yeah.
But then they skip.
Different.
And every now and again,
about
they
something else.
really doof it up. Sometimes in a great way, like
did
Executor.
doof it
Dude, I don't think any of the starters look good in their final form. They're all like Grookey's looks the
Cinderace
best.
is like,
Rookies looks the best,
okay.
and even that's kind of
I just fucking hate when they make them look like humans.
people.
Just
Yeah.
humanoids.
Stop
like,
it.
Every motherfucker doesn't have to have 2 feet and 2 arms and hands. Like,
Yeah,
make them
they're
look like
food,
monsters.
man. They should be.
Like,
I
I
think-
think like fucking monsters.
like Rillaboom, who's Grookey's final one.
At least
he gets away with it because he looks like a
damn
gorilla.
gorilla.
Yeah.
And gorillas do that. They stand
But-
and have arms and legs.
On that same token, Scorbunny starts off bipedal. He's not a normal rabbit running on all fours. He's clearly like
but bunnies can
humanoid
sit
and
back
cartoony.
like
No, he's just got
Not
scoliosis.
He's literally doing
so
the
he can't
Muhammad
like
Ali
bend
the
over.
whole time. Are you kidding?
Yeah, but he's still a damn bunny. He's
Yeah,
just
like-
a bunny man when he is
Bunny
is,
man.
Yeah, when he is what the fuck is his name? Cinderace.
Cinderace, yeah.
And because they really just jerk their gurks because it's fucking Galar is England.
Yeah.
He's a soccer player.
Yeah, he is a-
So he's
he is a
literally
soccer
his
player.
kick is like
Football player, please.
football. He literally
Don't
like
insult the
one of
audience.
his fucking best moves, pyro ball.
It's amazing.
He takes like a rock, kicks it like turns into a fireball, and he fucking kicks it like a soccer ball.
it.
Yeah.
I would
It's
love for you to
crazy
click that move and it
powerful.
says, sorry, no rocks around.
No, he
Yeah.
makes
Can't
them.
do it.
He shits them out. I mean, I think that's what it is. I think it's like a rock
Rillaboom
or
just
some
puts his
shit.
drum down.
Can you catch?
That motherfucker has a drum set.
Yeah.
Which doesn't even make any
That's
sense.
good.
Yeah, and then his
It's part
special
of it.
move, he just goes. Brrrr,
Is that
and
like
vines come
DK
up
with
the
his
ground.
bongos?
No,
No,
he's got
sticks.
sticks, dude.
Sticks?
Yeah.
I
Where those
just
come
assume
from?
there's a lot of storage space in a Pokeball.
Oh yeah, there is. I mean, you can fit a
Like a
whale
little
lord in
apartment.
there.
It's like a capsule from DBZ.
They just don't usually have shit.
Do you
Yeah, he
think
has the thing.
the brag has cracked yet?
The brag has
I'll be
cracked.
honest, I'm
according
surprised
to
he
him, the
didn't
last
already.
I asked, he did it.
If he hasn't already, I actually think he can do it.
His plan, he said, and I don't know if he said it on the podcast last week, is to go to a GameStop and buy it used. Because he doesn't want his money to go to Nintendo. But he wants to
We
still
already
play
talked
it.
about this last week, and people got mad that we
Price.
were picking on him. The people that agree with Matt.
Yeah.
Right.
No one here, obviously.
Right. Yeah. No.
But they're like,
Where again, you
it's a
saw his-
valid criticism.
casual
But also, like,
Pokemon
it's
players.
the best-selling Pokemon ever. I mean, yes, there's more people in the world, I suppose, but like,
Everybody's
More
fucking.
children.
Everybody's fucking.
Everyone's fucking
like-
making Pokemon players.
I'm not. I ain't got no Ditto yet. Where's that fucker at?
Ultimately, like a franchise that's as old as Pokemon needs
years
an
old.
entry
20
point
years
for new
old.
people. I'm fucking 8 years old. I want to play this game, but I don't know what these 1,500 Pokemon.
Yeah, but
are,
it's
you know?
not for them.
I
Here's
will-
what
hey,
you
well,
say. Shut up,
I'm gonna tell you
kid,
this.
and then you
Don't
punch
forget,
him.
it is.
I have an 8-year-old at home. He doesn't give a fuck what happened before.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't care.
I guess I'm
Just whatever new
expanding the
Pokemon
argument
game,
into
okay.
like.
But I'm
I was
the
like, now you
criticisms-
know that none of the Pokemon that you guys know from the book is in it, and he's like, nah.
But I mean, that kind of
Yeah.
furthers their point of like, why put so much time and effort to having every single one ever if the main people playing it don't give a shit?
Because you already
Because you get them in
more
that
work
game,
to
and then you
make
get
all
them
the
in a
new
different
ones, isn't
game.
it?
No, see, but the
like-
new ones is expected. That'd be a totally
Yeah.
different argument. Like, you made a new Pokemon, there's no new ones.
Yeah,
It's
that'd
just
be like that would cause way more outrage.
Fuck me, imagine. I mean, that's a little rightful. I feel like it's a new game. We should have
Yeah.
new Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like I get the argument, but like, man, it just seems so daunting. Like, can you imagine Pokemon 50 years after it came out? Like, we gotta put every single.
Honestly,
one
that's
in.
exactly.
every game needs every single
exactly
one.
why I fell off.
5,000 of them.
I fell off
if
at
you-
Sapphire because there was so many, and I was like,
Just
ah.
like, it
If
just
you
seems
don't want to do
unrealistic.
that, don't make your tagline "Gotta catch them all."
Is
I
it
mean,
though?
But you
Is
can
it
catch them
still
all
that?
per
Is it
game,
still
you
that?
know?
I
Gotta
agree
catch a
with Trevor.
few.
Yeah.
Gotta
No,
catch
I'm
a
also
couple.
not taking
Yeah.
a stance because
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah,
I'm not
same
like
here.
I'm
It's
just
a
like
double-edged
understanding
sword.
each side, you know?
Yeah, it's good and bad, especially like understanding production as a whole. I'm like, I sympathize with everyone who's like, I just want to go home, dude. I'm like, you don't have to put all the Pokemon in there. It's fine. Go home, touch your kids, like gently
don't say
hug
that.
them and love them,
Weird.
and have physical contact that is meaningful and not sexual in any way. Moving on. Now,
Made it
That got worse.
weirder. It got worse.
It got worse before it got better.
saved it, nailed it, but.
That was one of those living in the moments things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
My life has led up to this, and I've learned nothing.
Hug your children. Now.
Yeah, as someone who doesn't care, the game's great.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I actually
I
like
mean,
the
it's
old
easy
evolutions
street,
now.
and also like honestly, if my like I had a criticism about it, like I don't give a fuck about like the decks. It would be like, it just feels light going like, there's not like tons of mountain like caves to go through, and like they're light on trainer battles and shit. Like I think of the original Pokemon's, like you go from one town to the next and you fight 100 fucking trainers.
Yeah.
In this game, there's like, oh, there's 5.
You go in
Yeah.
a cave, and every
But-
5
but-
steps is a Zubat.
Exactly, but like it's give and take. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the same time, it's like
balancing.
go play that game. Then I can just go play the old one if I
Right.
want to play that. Exactly. I
But I
like
think-
that. I'm enjoying it. and It's a new game.
One thing I've noticed from like I hear things like that about Pokemon. I've played the Call of Duty, like the Call of Duty.
Call of
like,
Duty.
Come on, dude.
But like
You might as well call it that.
What
It's
the
like the
fucking old
yearly
man
Call of
mask
Duty.
it's this year's Call of Duty.
Let's
and,
get a plate for this
what's
man.
up,
Hey,
Jack?
Grab
And
yourself-
like,
Here
grab
comes
yourself a plate.
Each enormous franchise
bag of
needs an
Yeah,
entry
that's what
point
I
some leftover
for people
ones.
that don't have the history. Like so, I get it. You know, like it might not be the best for
Also-
someone who's played the franchise
Lindsay,
for a
can you get a
long
plate?
time.
Behind.
But it's good. Like I understand, like someone who's just getting into the franchise, they don't want to have this daunting, difficult task. They go up against people who've been playing it for 10 years, and like they get their ass handed to them.
Is that really a thing? I didn't think competition was that much a part of Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like,
sometimes.
Look what your rips
You're
have
that
done.
it's making the game easier to like digest and like get into. It's like early '90s Mario games would just like beat you to death, but like then they basically made the American
80s
version.
games.
80s,
Come on,
sure.
man.
I lidn't live in those years, and then like
and
they made
neither did they.
yeah, no one
It
did.
existed when I did.
Everything appeared.
Back in my day, there was nothing.
But like the American version was easier, and now like as there's so many games to compete against, I think you want to make sure that it's not so difficult that they go, I'm just not gonna play it.
It's true. I mean, it's crazy easy, but it's also fun.
Well, it's
It's,
funny
I've been,
you say
I've
that.
been,
And
I've been
that's the
enjoying
most
playing.
important
Like, yeah,
part
you know,
is
I
that it's
hated
fun.
going through caves and like Zubat, or like, hey, I gotta go back to Palatown and run into 800 Pidgeys along the way. Now it's just like, hey, there's a Pokemon right there. Don't run into it. You're like,
Also,
sweet.
it's like, remember, like, oh, fuck, I finally got Fly. Like, I can go back to a town that it was inconceivable to get back there. It would have taken me 10 years.
Yeah.
Or you just can't because it's like, well, I jumped down the ledge and I can never go
That's
back
it,
that
yeah.
way. In this game, you get to the first town and they're like, oh, yeah, there's fast travel. You can go anywhere
There's
you want
a
in like
fuck-
2 seconds.
cart or
There's a
something.
a bunch of birds carry a
Sky
fucking
taxi or
basket
something they
around.
call it?
Sky
Yeah,
taxi.
taxi.
And I'm just like, I literally went like, oh, that
fun.
kind of takes away from it.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's convenient.
Yeah,
though.
it's so
I immediately
convenient.
got up. I'm just like, oh god, it's so
and like the
easy.
wild area is cool. Like I just unlocked the ability to catch any level Pokemon because that's something that was in this where it's like
Very confusing. They don't tell you that.
they don't tell you that.
Because you get to the area and it's like he's too tough. I'm like, what does that mean?
I'm like, yeah,
Get in
throw the
get in
Pokeball at it.
fucking
And he's
ball.
like, yeah, what are you
Like, no.
nuts? His defenses aren't low. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, they told you he was too tough.
yeah, but it's like that's never been a thing before of like too tough to throw a Pokeball.
Are there-
If you're like, hey, that guy over there, He's too tough. Don't fight him.
Yeah, but I could still
Then you
catch him
try.
if I had a Pokeball.
And you try anyway.
Yeah, but when you lose, you
Brian, that's what they said about Mewtwo, and we all caught him.
We all caught Mewtwo.
I don't know what that means.
I know you don't know what that means.
And even
I
if you
killed
can't
him.
catch them in that moment, you
In
can
the
still
movie, he was
beat
nice.
them and get a shit ton of
You
XP.
do
Yeah,
get a fuck ton
you
of
just can
experience.
still kill them. But like, yeah, so you need to get gym badges because normally it was in old games. It was just get the gym badges, and stronger Pokemon will listen to you.
No,
cheese.
it was only no. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. Forgive him.
Yeah, we
Just
forgave
forgive
because
him.
it's
We
things.
forgave.
It's thanks
Who's
for
him?
giving.
Well, who
Tyler. I mean, but he did get everything.
Forgive,
Yeah.
forgive.
Think about what he got, not what he
Forgive.
forgot, but he did forget.
But like older games, yeah, it was gym badges.
It was only trading.
Higher level Pokemon could listen.
It's only
to you.
traded Pokemon.
Could listen to
What do you mean?
Yeah, so
It was
like
only traded Pokemon would listen to you. Your own listen to you no matter what, no matter
No,
what level.
No.
I use
Yeah.
a lot of rare candies on my Charizard.
Oh,
he
really?
hated me
Okay, well,
for
let me tell you
most
then, it's
of the time.
inconceivably impossible without
It's tough.
cheating.
It's tough because it's
The
like
only way to get that is trading.
it's like
Missing
Pokemon up
no.
to this level will obey you, and it's like so if your Pokemon's above that, it's like you'll because they'd be like use flamethrower, and be
Hi,
like
Jack.
Charizard laid down. Charizard fell asleep and just in the
and
middle
it's
of
just
battle.
like you're
Charizard
not good enough
flipped
to
you off
control
and
that.
left.
Yeah, they just won't
Basically,
listen to you because they don't have
yes.
enough gym badges.
Yeah.
In this one,
Right.
there is
not
that
worthy.
still, but now you can also only catch Pokemon up to a certain level based on your gym
Yeah,
badge.
which,
So-
Which
they
is really-
kind of hit on in the show by making a Charmeleon an asshole. Like he's in the
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also really
That's exactly
fucking
what happened to
annoying
me
when
in
the
the game.
Pokemon's one level higher than what you can catch.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
all right, you can catch Pokemon up to level 35. Oh, here's one I don't have yet. He's level
36.
36.
You bitch.
It was so nice to get to that point where I didn't have to worry about that because I was driving around the wild area and I was like, ooh, that's a Gengar.
other
There's like a
thing-
level 60 Gengar. I was like, yup, like catch
Dude,
that.
talk about implementing all the Pokedexes too. I mean, just with what you have already, I was telling Michael, like, you drive around or cycle around just a little bit, it's like new Pokemon, new Pokemon.
they're
They're
everywhere.
everywhere. There's never a
Everywhere.
point where you're like, I already have that.
Yeah.
I also-
6 badges in.
I
You
also
should get a car though.
I
You
also-
should be able to drive over those
I
Pokemon.
really
Run
like,
them over.
Yeah.
I really like that you can see them in this game.
I love it.
It's
So
cool.
it used to always just be random battles,
Yeah,
like
like
walking
Final
through the
Fantasy
grass.
style.
Ooh, but now
They're
like
hidden.
there's some of those still, but most of them you could just see them. So you go, I have that, I have. And you just kind of ride around your bike and you go,
You
get
like
the fuck away
shop.
from me.
You go
Get away from me.
shopping.
Oh, I don't have that one, and then you drive towards it. If you go in the grass, like hidden Pokemon can still come get you. And they might not be like they might not exist walking around. You have to do that kind of level, but for the most part, you can shop.
And the
You can
ones
go
in the
like,
wild
what do you got
area
here
in the
for me?"
middle, the strong ones.
They just stand in the road,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
fucking fight me.
The other easy mode thing that's on there in this game is, like I said, I ran into a Gengar, I ran into like a Dusk Noir and stuff, which are Pokemon that you need to trade to evolve normally. Like if you have a Haunter, it's never going to turn into a Gengar unless you trade it to someone. Then it turns into a Gengar.
So that's good for them, but not for you.
Well, like because it always
Yeah,
sucks
but
for
then
you.
you give it back.
Because then you'd be like, here,
That's-
take this, and now give me it back.
That's
It's a Gengar.
that's from
Right.
day one,
Yeah.
1999,
You pull the
going.
plug.
You gotta buy two.
Quickly.
You gotta have a friend.
Yeah,
because
otherwise you
get
can't get
fucked.
'em all.
Not only are there some just not in the games, but you can't even evolve the ones that are. There was only like 4 of them.
There was
I'm sure
4 of
there's
them in
way
the
more
original,
now,
yeah.
but, the other thing too, with people when we were talking about Pokemon last week, and which I missed most of it because I was going potty, and then you came back and you're like, we're getting him. We're getting him.
We're getting that man.
And I go, no, I know, I was here. I went to the bathroom when the onslaught started. But people were just like, I'm with Matt. Da, 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 da. I don't want people to think that we have a stance in opposite of Matt,
Yeah.
whereas we were just shitting on something someone loves. That's what it's mostly. Like, you guys are just being mean to him, and I was like, right.
Look,
That's it.
Everything you need to know about Matt Bragg
That's what we do.
is
But we do
encapsulated
that-
in that tweet he put over the
Oh
weekend.
my
Yeah, I was
god.
gonna say,
And the thing,
I
I
didn't
didn't
see
see
it.
this, but the thing is, we do that to everyone when we get the chance.
It's true.
Now's time is just Matt and Pokemon.
Oh, I got for Spyro, I got shit on so much.
Relentless. I
Yeah.
hammered you every goddamn day, forever.
Yeah.
I know they have tacos out there, and I'm sure Fredo's slamming those tacos down
Oh,
right
that
now.
fucking Tubbo.
Yeah.
Taco Slammer.
That's-
Why does he
this
get
is-
this?
I don't know. I walked in, he was
different.
eating this
Listen,
morning,
see,
and I was like,
everyone's
"What are
got their
you doing?
time.
What are you doing? We
I
got
wanna eat
barbecue
this."
coming." And he was like eating like snack shit. He's like, protein. I'm like, barbecue.
It's me.
Come on, man.
Turn to a Skexia.
No crinkles. What are you
So-
doing?
I just want a fork.
Here.
No crinkles.
I said no.
I was waiting for that because
the-
you said no crinkles.
Then
in the
she just
steak
went for
package.
it.
Yeah, okay.
The Bragg tweet over the weekend is that he has been has not replaced a light bulb in his bathroom.
Oh, I
Okay,
saw
yeah,
that.
all right.
Hold
I
on.
saw that.
He
I
set
saw
up
that.
the tweet and made himself the punchline.
He did, which
Yeah, I
is
saw
what
that.
Matt
He
is
knows.
so good at.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
That's something.
It's his
Don't
man.
tell him, but he is just his own best straight man.
Yeah.
I didn't replace the bulb because he didn't know the wattage.
Nice.
Is what he said.
He said, yeah, it's not on the bulb. It wasn't written on the bulb.
First
and
of
so
all-
now he's been using a
First of
flashlight
all,
in his own bathroom.
written on the bulb doesn't mean anything.
It's a
because-
standard thing.
Well, not only that, but like someone could have put it in wrong before. It doesn't mean anything. And I guarantee you, it's written on the light fixture.
like,
Oh, I
It's
always
in the ring.
scratch it off
It's in
before
the
I
ring
install
of
it.
like the light. Every single light tells you.
Don't
Also,
anyone know?
Trevor hates knowledge.
now we have LEDs, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right. It's
don't
like
produce
it's like
any
5
heat
watts,
at
but it's like a
all.
60-watt equivalent or something.
There's Mash Tweet.
But it's always like 60 watts or less. Yeah, there's his tweet. Yeah, the lights went out in the bathroom 6 months ago. I'm tired of using a flashlight to go in there, but I don't know the wattage of my bulb.
Just takes a
He
flashlight
gets
to
a
the bathroom.
flashlight. I mean,
What does he
again,
do when the
what-
flashlight goes out?
I'll
There's
be
nothing
honest.
on the bulb. He
what,
throws it away.
What could we add to that?
I just
Besides
responded.
saying,
I
look
saw
at it.
Brian's
I
response.
just responded. People sometimes say we make fun of you too much. I think maybe we don't make fun of you enough.
Yeah, we're
Harsh.
we make fun of him
I
until
don't know
he
about
changes.
that. That-
We will hammer you until you are different.
I honestly, I saw that.
We'll teach you.
I saw that tweet. And I just went,
Think smaller bites.
quiet. You're not even talking. You're just making food noises. Shut the hell up.
Oh.
Nothing
No.
has changed an hour in than before
no,
we
that's
started.
good. That means the food's
When
good.
we said quiet,
I stand Lindsay
Quiet.
eating.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Stan?
it means you're like a hyper fan.
Means you're an
Oh.
Eminem
borderline
fan.
Oh,
Listen
I didn't
to
even
his
know you were
lyrics.
saying
Really?
something. I didn't know what that.
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
It's from
Stan
Eminem
means
song,
like
Stan.
obsessed, you know, like I have pictures of you all over, like
Okay, I'm gonna pull that back.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like hey,
you
I'm a
said
big
it.
fan.
It's like I
stand him.
support.
Yeah.
No,
But in a
it's from the
It's been
Eminem
used-
song Stan.
It's been used now
Little
like that
smaller.
because people misinterpret it, but yeah, at its
Oh,
base
yeah.
level, it's like that's unhealthy obsession with someone. You gotta
Oh,
stop.
yeah,
Like,
that's
not
nuts.
good.
That's not good.
Ryan's getting blown away right
What are you
now.
doing over here? You
He's getting
fighting the
some,
turkey?
get some
Oh,
turkey.
yeah, but
I need
Why
to
don't
do
you
a
just
more
start
clickbait episode.
feeding him those pickles? I was thinking that. when
Yeah.
you said it.
Pickles.
I've already now appeared in Sims. That went up
Yeah,
today.
it's true. I wonder how that's doing.
Is this part 2?
Yeah, this is part 2.
Is it part 2?
We invited Rio.
Yeah, Sims
Fiona-
came out a
Yeah,
while
we-
ago.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
Fiona
that was
invited
in like part 3 or 4 by now.
No.
Oh, well, I
that's
meant
part
went
two.
up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, part 2's gone up.
I can hear the pickles crunching. He took a
Trevor,
wad
bother
off
you?
camera. It was just nasty.
We had an early in
I get
episode
crunchy.
2
It
that is
sounds
out now.
delicious.
The first part was me and Fiona, and then we brought Ryan in, and in between that frame of time, Fiona and I both had probably an additional at least one beer each. I had 2. She might have had 2 as well. So when we came back, we were like, "Hey Ryan, you want to come play? All right."
Fiona goes.
She also has the tolerance of a Matt Bragg.
yeah.
She does.
Where she has like a beer and she's like,
Which
woo!
she's French. They practically rear them on wine. She should be
Yeah,
able to suck it down all
Rear.
day.
Maybe she moved here before that happened. I don't know.
Before the
Yeah,
rear
It
end.
didn't set.
Rear end.
I know.
Stop saying rear.
What's wrong with that word?
The way Trevor said it.
Hey, I'm just copying what he said.
That's a perfectly legitimate word selection.
I'm a bad influence.
Lindsay said good words earlier and they were wrong though.
Well, that's the order.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Bespoke Post. This fall, start a new monthly routine that'll upgrade your life and style with a box of awesome from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month, so whether you're looking to craft your own hard cider or toast perfectly aged fall cocktails, Box of Awesome has you covered from style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear. Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. I here selected the Weekender bag, which is great because I'm going out of town for Thanksgiving. Just throw my clothes quickly in this bag. You got everything you need. Look, a jacket, you know, in case it's cold. You know, I got a hat, you know, to cover my head. I got maybe a mask that I might need. Don't worry about it. You're good. You know, you carry what you need, and looks great doing it. To get started, take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. Your answers will help them pick the right box of awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. That's 70's more than 45 if you want to check the numbers. That's a deal that we can all get behind. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code OFFTOPIC at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code OFFTOPIC for 20% off your first box.
That's what I'm saying.
Did.
Good words can be turned bad. Rear.
You
very
can
quick.
rear
Nobody
people.
in a sweet tea. I saw it
Well,
back
no.
there. It was
Big old
glistening.
It's a full gallon jug
was
full
warm
of
earlier.
calories.
Yeah, it's warm. Look
Now
at
it's now
It's
Yeah,
not
you make a good point,
colder.
Ryan.
It was
Well, it
warm
is.
Make
earlier.
it good, it's
How's it
calories.
now?
A turkey and a fuck ton of pickles.
Oh.
Dude, you
That's
doing
true.
the jerk pick combo?
Yeah.
What am I drinking back there?
Trevor, what would it take for you to empty that?
Woo! Throw it on the ground. I'll empty that for free.
Only if after it's gone through you.
Dude,
Gone through me.
There's some more in there.
I don't want to dive back into
know
the
that's
whole
physically
card
possible.
game thing, but like this just reminded me that blue drink I had. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh, you had some blue?
He had blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were there.
I know.
There,
I was
I
watching
had
you have
like
blue.
3 glasses of blue. I woke up in the morning and I
Had
felt
blue.
like that fucking alien was trying to rip through my stomach because 3 big tiki mugs of blue mixed with buffalo chicken dip was just like it was too much.
All that lactose.
Oh, I went
it was-
hard on
it
the
was
chicken
just
dip.
fucking sugar, dude.
That's
It was
good.
sugar.
Chicken dip's tasty.
It was good.
So,
It's a
uh,
class. It's a people pleaser.
So I bought a bunch of alcohol and they had these like mixed rum drinks. God, this is all bad in here.
Oh, what do you mean? It's gin and
It's a bad
stuff.
bag.
Yeah, it's
Gin
gin.
and
How about
What
how
is
about
this?
pomegranate vodka?
Yeah, I'll take that, I guess. But at the liquor store, they have this like pre-mixed rum drink
that's
for
good.
like fucking lazy
Yeah,
fuckers. It's like
called
open,
blue.
pour on ice, and it was blue, so I just kept calling it
What about
blue
a giant thing
drink.
of tequila? Want that, Trev?
It's a
There you go.
tequila
And it was,
flavor.
it was literally Gatorade blue, and it was very good.
That sounds not good.
It was like 12%,
Chocolate vodka.
so it
That's
wasn't
been
like
open.
that
Weird.
strong. It was like a wine,
map, right?
but I hate
12%
wine.
sounds strong.
No, that's like 2 beers.
What? 12%? Yeah.
No,
2 beers
like,
in one
it's like
drink?
two-
like this is 35.
12%.
12
wine.
drank over hours upon hours is really
Right.
not much
12%
at
is like
all.
wine.
12% is one episode of Sims with me and Fiona.
I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
wasn't.
not too
I
much.
wasn't drunk at all. But I woke up the next morning and I wanted to die. Like
Yeah.
my
I
I had
stomach.
an
I was just
awful
like,
stomach ache. Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so much sugar.
You were
Well,
like
didn't
that
you say
last
something
night,
to-
too.
I was like that last
After
night.
Six Flags.
Because we went to Six Flags and I had a funnel cake on the way out. And on the ride home, I was
Oh.
screaming, "It's just like the blue. It's just like the blue." And I was going, It's just sugar, dude. I don't eat sugar, so I just
Driving
can't
us
process
home,
it.
He keeps
Yeah.
doing that where he's sitting in the seat going, and then every now and then he would just lean his head on me and go, I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying.
The blue, the blue is back. It wasn't as bad as the blue, but it was not great.
Yeah, but you can't not eat funnel cakes.
Yeah, what I could not eat was food all day,
I had
and
different-
then I had funnel cake. So
Well,
it was delicious when I was sucking
It's
it
the
down.
icing on the funnel cake.
It was. And also, they bastardized that now. It's crazy. Like I went to get funnel cake on the way out. Funnel cake. It's like the cake, powdered sugar, done.
That's
Yeah.
funnel cake.
Simplest
There was
thing
like
possible.
10 other items, and
what
that one
Texans
was like
do.
number 6. Like powdered sugar funnel cake was like 6th on the list. It was like funnel cake supreme covered in fucking whipped cream and chocolate syrup and shit. I was like, get this shit out of here. Give me
Everything's
that powdered
better in
sugar funnel cake.
Texas.
Okay.
It was like dessert.
While
What do
I'm
they call
sure
it?
it's
The
quite
boring?
good.
It's
all the other
outrageous.
things.
Call it something else.
Flavors aside.
Get out of here.
That's just impractical because you have to walk around with your kids coated in whatever the fuck you put on them.
And powdered sugar alone is
I
you look like a
we
crack
sat-
addict.
we
Which
sat
is
down on a
fine
bench
though because
and my
kids are
jeans-
crack addicts, so it
Yes.
doesn't matter.
My
They act
jeans
much
were
like
covered.
sugar.
I had to go to the bathroom and wash like my jeans before I got in my car because it was like.
There's another guy in there wiping his pants too.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
"Oh, you
didn't-
got the funnel cake number 6."
Yeah, he wasn't using funnel cake.
Oh.
I like to sit on my cocaine apparently.
Well, I dropped it.
Also, I mean, you're a parent.
You
Those are
know.
fantastic bargaining chips when your kid's about to have a freak out and you're like, oh, some candy's coming
I'll tell you
your way.
what's
Here's
not
a funnel
good
cake."
later though, because
Yeah,
we were
sure.
trying to put her to bed and the kid was bouncing off the fucking walls because she had funnel cake and she had icy.
At least she wasn't writhing around going, "It's like
Was
the
not.
blue."
She was not that dude. She was fine. I was going, this is it, and she's like, this is it.
You didn't show me that she passed out in
Just
front of
kept
her
fucking
door
talking.
when I was at your house. That was funny.
Yeah, she does that.
Do they have your lactose intolerance?
I don't
So
think
far, it
so.
doesn't
No.
seem like it,
Or is that something that you develop later on, like in your teens or
No.
something?
I mean, I started getting it when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, we haven't tried with Luna yet because she hasn't had like full-on milk.
Right.
Right?
Iris
Dairy
drinks
oriented,
fucking
right?
18 cups of milk a day, so I think
Nice.
she's fine.
Strong
Hasn't
bones.
died
It
yet.
sucks down milk.
She's doing that workout plan called Go Mad.
Dude,
Gallon
she's
of
like-
milk a day.
She's so
Ugh.
thin.
No.
That's not a thing, is
It
it?
is a thing.
Is it really?
Search it.
What? What?
It's called Go Mad.
And it's brought to you by the Dairy
I
Council?
don't know. It's
or-
people that are bulking,
gallon
man.
a day?
A gallon of milk a day.
No, that's
a lot,
that.
dude.
All right.
That's a lot.
18
of,
cups.
That's a
Well,
lot
it's
of
probably
milk.
16 cups.
Every day?
Yeah.
That's so much.
I don't know.
milk.
It's not possible for
Iris does
a
not like
regular
that much
human,
milk.
but
So
I want
much.
to try that.
For just
Why?
do it for
You're
just
gonna
see
get
how-
you-
No,
see
no,
how
just for
many-
one day.
that's how
Let me
you
see if I
feel
can
it.
just do
No,
a gallon in
here's the
one
thing.
day.
Here's the
Just to
thing,
see if I
though.
can.
Here's the thing.
Why?
That's challenge one.
We'll
If you-
document
If you
it.
can do it though, then you got to see how many days you can do it.
yeah.
God.
And you got to
can't
work
throw
out
that away.
hard.
I know you gotta. Well, you really do have to work out hard, like, because it's just like fat with milk.
All right.
Imagine a whole gallon's volume in just.
I mean, that's
Here's what we'll
that's
do.
a gallon behind you.
We'll
Yeah,
hook
I
you
know.
up.
One
Yeah,
of
but
those a day.
over a whole day.
It's still. But
That's a
milk
lot.
is so thick.
That being
Milk
said,
is
I probably
doesn't
drink
have to
a
be
di- I
whole
probably drink
milk.
a dollar.
It's gotta be whole milk.
doesn't have to be whole.
Michael, it has
gotta
to
be
be
whole.
whole.
You gotta
gotta-
cut the milk.
Guys, this is the love of Trevor during the extra life thing when Gavin's laying on the ground and he just goes, "Why is it whole milk?" You just hear it in the
Coating
background.
his face.
We'll hook you up like
They're
they had in
so
Beer Fest.
thick
You just have
that,
the
like-
gallon with the little sippy straw, and you just have that while you're running
Like
on the
an
treadmill.
IV.
Like a beer hat.
Just
Put
take
on
a
your
gallon.
milk.
Oh,
See, half gallons.
two
No,
half
gallons.
get a gallon of not whole milk and put it
Here's what you do.
in the.
a straw in
Here's
it.
what you
And
do.
no, it's put it in the support room fridge, and over the course of the day, I'm gonna go in there, and then when I go home, I'm gonna take it with me.
Yeah. So you start at fat free and then you work your way up.
To whole.
1%, 2%, you get the whole. You can drink
I'm a whole gold
gallon of whole milk for 7 days in a row and
My
not
gold
somehow
milk.
explode. That would be unbelievable.
You would be making
You would
liquid
be-
from both
you would
ends,
also,
dude.
you would gain so much weight.
Yeah.
It would be unbelievable.
Whole makes you swole, baby.
So that's not swole, okay?
Swollen.
I just want to know. I don't know.
Whole makes you.
I want to know how
swollen.
miserable
What
would
do you
it be.
want
Oh,
to know?
God.
That's it?
Oh, man.
Really?
That's
You want
like,
to know how
that's
terrible?
I just
literally.
want to know, like, yeah, how terrible would it be?
That was
Is that an
literally
experience you need?
No, he's not wrong.
Look,
though,
I'll tell you, it's terrible.
If it wasn't
What's the-
milk, I would
We
be
are
interested.
human beings. We go into adventure
This
into
is
the unknown,
this could be the next
Ryan.
trip to Mars.
This is the next.
God damn
I'm doing
This
it.
thing several people have already done.
You know, people are they got other goals. You're going in another direction. You know what I mean? Well, who's to say one's more important than the other?
This is Achievement Hunter's next great frontier.
Milk.
Gallon of milk a day.
Mankind's next.
All right, when
Could be mankind's.
When
This
I'm
could
back
blow
from
up.
Thanksgiving break,
Like your
we're
gut
gonna
will.
solve it.
Gallon of
Your
milk.
gut will always be a
I'm
little
gonna
big.
document
I
it
was
that
gonna say,
day.
Stretch it out during Thanksgiving.
I honestly think that if you would, I would die. Like,
Well, yeah,
You-
lack
It's
of-
like, how do we kill Michael? You can drink a gallon of milk a
Shovel
day.
that would be a
milk.
weight loss
and then,
routine
and
for
then
you.
I just die.
Well, what are the biggest concerns?
Wait. You tried to get that out there.
I'm the head from Figure It Out.
It's Billy.
All right. The concerns are your cells burst through
Cells?
osmosis. Yeah, because you're watering
Hyperhidrosis
into-
or
yeah.
hyper.
I don't think a gallon a day
Hypotonic
can do that
solution,
to you. I think
right?
it's more than that.
When you're dehydrated, you're hypohydrated. Well,
Yeah.
You're hyperhydrated.
You don't melt.
Yes.
And your cells go.
A lot of hypers
you
and
get
hypos.
poisoned from the water.
Regardless, you will explode from the inside out. So,
The problem is I won't.
Osmosis
explode.
Jones taught me that.
then there's the concern of your stomach tearing because there's too much in it.
There's too much in
Yeah,
it. That
yeah.
that could happen.
What if you took
Okay.
a shot of milk every like 5 minutes?
I just did the math real quick.
Yeah.
You'd have to drink 8 of these
In a day?
Yeah.
in a day
I could do that.
of milk.
I mean, that's how
I
much
could
water
do
you
that.
drink in a day. I guess you won't die.
Water isn't milk.
There are 16 cups.
You're not made of mostly milk.
Cups of milk in a gallon.
All right.
16 cups.
What you do,
What the hell's a cup?
if you
8 ounces.
summit
Oh,
this
okay.
Everest,
Well, there you go.
the next step would be, can you eat that equivalent
Space
in
Everest.
butter in a day?
Oh,
No, that's
No
even
one
worse.
A gallon of butter.
no one's doing
Then we
go
will-
bad.
Product, man.
That's
Also-
go bad. A gallon of butter a day.
Yeah.
This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Untuck It. The holidays are almost here, and you know what that means? Gifts. Yeah, I mean, you should be giving gifts. And what better gift to give the guy in your life than a stylish shirt that fits just right? Unlike most brands, Untuck It shirts are actually designed to be worn untucked. Untuck It shirts always fall at just the right length, no matter his size, so he looks casual and sharp. With more than 50 plus fit combinations, Untuck It shirts look great on tall, short, slim, and athletic guys of all ages. Plus, they have super soft materials and even have great wrinkle-free button downs. I have a couple Untuck It's. I've worn them several times on this podcast. I got a nice slim fit button down shirt when I have a little fancier dinners. I also have a nice long sleeve button up little long sleeve sweatshirt combo. Very nice, very classy, very comfy, fits great. You can find your favorite Untuck It style online or at checkout, or check out one of their brick and mortar. They have over 80 stores. Brick and mortar is a real store. We live in the digital age, just so you know. You can go there and buy it in person if you wish. Choose from styles like wrinkle-free button-downs, super soft flannels, outerwear, and more. With Untuck It, your shirts will never look baggy, bulgy, too long, or too big again, and their website is so easy to use. They even have a whole page devoted to helping you find your fit. Even I did it, so you should be able to do it. So whether you're shopping for the perfect holiday gift or just trying to craft a smart, relaxed style of your own, Untuck It is the way to go. Visit untuckit.com and use code OFFTOPIC for 20% off at checkout. That's UNTUCKIT, untuckit.com, and promo code OFFTOPIC for 20% off. You just blasted me back. We didn't even talk about, we went to, speaking of butter, the fucking Olive Garden trip with Chris.
We did go to
was
Olive Garden with
amazing.
Chris, yeah. Documented a bunch of it.
Yeah, there'll be a video.
Possibly the biggest, not counting the holiday lunch, probably the biggest Achievement Hunter outing ever. Had nothing to do with Achievement Hunter. We were just like, let's go to lunch with this guy.
Yeah.
Because his pass at the Olive Garden was ending. His free. He's talked about it for weeks.
And the
on
way
on
he
the RT
phrased it was
podcast,
very
but-
worrisome too. He's
Well,
like,
to
"Well,
Jack, I guess.
today's my last day," and we were like, "What?" And it was for his
That's
pass.
how Jack related.
Out
But
of
yeah, he
context, we all freaked
out. Of
out.
context, I mean, I didn't freak out. I went,
No.
all right.
No.
Yeah, see ya.
I was a great Jeremy, how do? I understood
Thank God.
Jack's reaction, but being me, I know how Chris's brain works, so I'm like, that makes sense.
I don't think
I
it's
hear
a
that from a
secret.
lot of people when
He's a
Chris
weird
says something
guy.
confusing. They're like, I know how it works, though. You know,
got
it's
you.
like Barbara said the same thing to me once.
It's like a translator. You gotta be like, I speak.
Yeah,
Chris.
that's like a Chris translation.
yeah.
People know.
It was just amazing how I don't know how much of it is like it's like a content thing or a bit thing. He just wanted to get the pass and go to Olive Garden and was like, oh, I guess I might as well like do something with this.
Yeah, I don't know how we got.
Because otherwise, I'm just
Lumped into that
I'm
at
just
all.
a guy
Points.
going to Olive Garden. It's just a really good deal. Like my insane shit, I try and bring here, like McDonald's thing or like the old man thing or whatever. I feel like Chris was doing it, and someone's like, "Oh, that's like a funny bit," and he's like, "What's a funny?"
He's
bit?
like big.
"Yeah," and he's like, "Oh, it's
Yeah,
a good deal."
I'm gonna bite this food.
So
yeah.
like the whole time he kept like just giving us like gold,
Like pointers and
pointers and like tips
Yeah.
about Olive Garden and what to do and not to do and how to get like maybe a little extra. It was wild.
It was also mine and
very
Fiona's
informative.
first time at all.
There was a lot
Yeah.
going on at once
Yeah.
because it was Chris's Olive Garden thing and it was ending.
Jeremy and I
It
weren't even
was-
supposed to be there.
Jeremy,
We both went, no, we're not gonna go because we didn't want to eat
Yeah,
like,
Olive Garden.
Trying to.
Olive Garden. Like you know, not like I don't want to eat Olive Garden. It was like I just
didn't
didn't
wanna
want
a
eat.
big lunch,
Didn't
a
wanna
big
eat.
like
Lindsay had brought her
buttery
lunch,
Italian
yeah.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. High in carbs and everything.
Yeah.
And so we were like, we'll pass. And then it was just me and Lindsay in the office. And Lindsay's like, they called me and Michael asked if I'm sure I didn't want to go. And I feel like we should go.
I was like, I guess we're just sitting here with our thumbs up our
Right,
asses,
I was like, a
right?
thing's happening. This is momentous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should be here. Which was also as funny when we came to work together. As I drove away in our car, I'm like, we'll find a ride.
Yeah.
Because I had Trevor and Alfredo in the car, and we have the kids' car seats, so I didn't have any more room. So I'm like, I'm in the parking lot. Go, are you sure you don't want to go? And she's like, all right, I'll come. I'm like, okay, we'll find a ride. Bye.
I was like, if you want to go, we can go. She's like, okay, can you drive me? Okay.
I figured I'd lead with, do you want to go?
Right.
But now that you're committed.
But also, so that was going on. You and Fiona had never been to an Olive Garden before.
Yeah.
And that was the day that Matt did the Switch
workout.
ring workout on stream.
That's right.
So there was so much happening at one table.
Yeah.
Where, like Matt kept saying the entire time that like he earned it.
Yeah.
Everything he ate, he go, I earned it.
Also,
I earned
Out
that.
there.
I
everything
earned
he
that.
ate, his drink was more calories than he burned up.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
It was. Well, it was like 160 calorie drink or something because he got like.
It's like a fruity
It was like
alcoholic
blue.
drink.
No, he
Yeah.
didn't get a blue. I tried to convince him.
Someone
to get
got
a
blue.
I got blue.
That had,
got blue.
that had coconut in it, and he doesn't like coconut. So I you know, he goes, I could get this drink. You know, I worked it off, and I was like, no, you like, you burn like 100 calories. That's 160. He's like, I'm rounding up.
He kept
No,
saying,
no,
I'm
he
rounding
rounded up
But
to
he rounded,
100.
I learned he rounded up to 100 from 90.
He just kept rounding.
He
Yeah.
just kept rounding it
It
up.
was like using the same dollar for every purchase. Like, I got
Yeah.
$1, it's good. I got $1, it's good.
Round
that
Like,
up.
every breadstick, every mozzarella stick.
It was very funny.
It was good though. We got some footage.
So
That'll be some kind of video.
by the end of the meal, thank God he had burned 1,500 calories.
Oh, chewing, yeah.
It was
Oh no, I'm saying
And
you
the
just keep
calorie
rounding
count there
up,
is
you'll get there.
high.
We didn't help though. We've
Oh,
sort
no,
of
I was an
forced him
enabler.
into the cake.
Listen,
There was
No
no
one
force.
forced
We
There was no
sort
force.
of
We
forced him a
enabled-
little bit.
Suggested.
We enabled
I suggested
the-
repeatedly.
And did
It
you
was
all?
a heavy
Okay, well,
suggestion.
Jeremy
It was
did
already a
start
desire.
feeding him.
I did start feeding.
Jeremy
Matt
did
would
start going-
stop.
He'd stop and Jeremy go, no, none of that. Get that in there. None of that.
Matt would stop.
But he opened his mouth.
He would stop
He
eating
did.
the cake and play Pokemon Go, and I'd go, you know what, I'll catch that. And then I'd grab a spoon and go, pick that up, take that. And then he'd eat the cake.
No, that was a
and I'd go
big-ass
catch
piece
the
of cake
Pokemon.
that
It
he
was
got.
huge. In fairness, he did not eat the whole thing.
He
It
ate
was a
most of it.
No, yeah.
He had a lot of it.
He
It was
wanted a box to take
he
to
wanted to
last,
take
and they
it
just
home.
never showed up with the
They
box.
kind of
Yeah.
never showed up.
which was,
They probably were like,
if anything, an
no.
act of mercy.
I don't
not
want to.
gonna-
I don't want to mention all the gold because we did film it, but there was.
There's a lot of
I
gold.
feel like a
so-
lot of
there
it
was so
wasn't
much-
filmed too.
Yeah, I mean, we did go out to lunch. It wasn't
Right.
like let's all sit here and hold our camera the
Right.
entire time. So a lot of times Chris would say something outrageous, and I would be like, Lindsay, film it.
Film that.
I'm like, Chris, what did you just say? And then he would just repeat himself. But like, I don't think. Did you film what the waitress said when we got there? Were you filming that?
I think I did.
I
get
think
that
you
on
did.
film. I'm pretty sure I got that.
I'm
I-
almost certain you did.
I don't think I got the order
Oh.
moment when Matt placed his dinner order.
No.
that-
Sorry.
So again, Chris has been to this Olive Garden like legitimately like 50 times. He said. I was like, how many times do you think you've been here? He's like, oh, I don't know, 50 or 60. He's like, he goes,
we haven't said it, but the challenge is essentially that is it. He eats at Olive Garden and nowhere else.
that's what he decided.
like a month.
Yeah.
I think it was like a bet between
He
him
challenged
and Zach. It was a
himself.
bet
Right,
between
yeah.
him and Zach.
Yeah.
Him and Zach.
It became that, but it was originally just he was going to do
But
that.
yeah, so he's only been eating there, and then he takes it to go box home, and then eats that later. And he even said like we're like, man, that's a lot of like carbs and pasta. He's like, yeah, but sometimes it works out because I'm too lazy to come here, so I just don't eat.
Yeah.
Like that's how it evens out.
And then when we were leaving, he was like, "Does anybody want before we leave like one of the $5
He kept
to go
saying it.
dishes?
He's
Yeah,
like-
you
he's
can-
like, if somebody
you can
wants
order
something, I
a
can
full
get
meal
one
to
for
go.
you."
I can buy it. You can
And
have
I
it."
just kept going like, no, we just like ate food like people. We ordered
and
it
then we're gonna go eat
we're
something
leaving
that
now.
isn't Olive Garden.
Yeah. I won't want pasta for like a
When-
month now.
When the waitress came up, she literally the first thing out of her mouth was like, "Oh, you brought friends today." And
This time.
and we brought friends this time, and we kind of laughed. And then she was like, "He's usually here all by himself. He looks so sad." And then we just like lost it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god."
Damn.
Damn.
He had like his fingers on the pulse of that place. Like he had people. We almost didn't go to that. We almost didn't
Connection,
go to that
yeah.
one because they gave him a tip that they were going to be closed because of a hot water issue. And he was like, "We're gonna have to go to another one, guys. Then I get the hot water fixed." And then we got there, and the waitress is telling us like, "Oh, they actually fixed it a lot faster than I thought." So like, I didn't work one day because they said don't come in, and I didn't bother to check in. So. It turns out like, oh, I could have worked an extra day. And Chris literally goes, he's like, yeah, and I didn't come here because I thought there was no hot water. Like, I missed a day too.
I didn't eat it all that
I'm
day.
just as mad as you are.
It's just wild. It was wild.
He knows the secret menu now.
Those breadsticks.
Apparently.
It was.
Yeah, what'd you
it
think
was.
of the breadsticks?
It was
They were good.
enlightening.
They were good. They're salty. They're very salty.
Yep.
But in a good way.
But
Yeah.
garlic.
Yeah.
Garlicky and
Yeah.
salty. It's definitely
Yeah.
just like, it's not like, oh, they're cooked with fresh garlic. It's definitely like they have garlic slop that they
Yeah.
like
They're
on the
layers.
top.
It's just a shaker that they just kind of.
I mean, and I know that. I used to work in a macaroni grill, and when you bring the bread out at the beginning, you grab it out of a warmer because it just shows up in a box, all cooked, and you just put it in a warmer.
Yep.
And then
No.
you just put it on a plate, brush it with oil,
Yep.
and
So
then
it
just
sticks.
salt, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. Simple, but effective.
I mean, it's tasty as hell.
At what
But-
point in your service at Macaroni Grill would you sign your name upside down? At what stage of
Oh, you had to
doing
learn
food?
that immediately.
Why? How?
That was part of the training.
Well,
yeah.
what I mean, like, okay, someone sits down for we're having a meal. We're a family here. You're a waiter. Okay, you came over. At what point do you sign your name?
Like right away.
Really?
Yeah, you go, hey, what's up, everybody? I'll be your server today. My name is Jeremy. You write it upside down, which I can still do.
Is that a macaroni grill thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You grab a crayon because you just can draw on the.
Yeah, on the table.
mats?
Yeah.
Or if you're like me, I just draw on any sort of tabletop.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you grab the crayon, you write your name upside down. So they
Yeah.
see
I bring my own crayons too.
Yeah.
Interesting, because my memories of that place are people writing their name right before you leave to be like, if you had good service today, my name
Oh,
is this.
really?
Please.
That
like,
also,
Oh,
if
well,
you're
then
gonna
it
write your
messed up
name,
then.
that defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right
no,
at
I,
the beginning.
saying.
I write it right at the
just
beginning,
boom.
so it's there, and then
They can
people
s-
see
they
it
can
and
scream at you.
People be like, hey,
Yeah.
Jeremy, and I'm like, what? More
If you did-
coke?
Because if you did that,
And I
you'd be
used to
like,
do
"I'm
that a lot
Jeremy."
as a server. That was my thing as a server.
Oh.
It's like they needed something.
Gotcha. That's awesome.
Or like if a plate broke, I would like stand in front of it with a plate.
My thing I did as a server is I got fired.
You were practicing moonball.
I never got hired.
Moonball.
Where?
Where?
Not a
That's
server.
Like, here's your tacos. I
That's
went
not
to
a
your table.
server.
Is it not?
working at a register at somewhere?
If
No.
you
that's not a
physically
server.
take the order
no,
of the tacos,
that's insulting to
I'll
servers.
serve you
Did
your,
you hand
your
them food?
change.
Did you hand them food?
I did.
Then you served them.
No, that's insulting.
Well,
you gotta walk around. You gotta
understand
carry
both
the
sides
table.
of that.
You gotta carry the food. You
I
gotta
mean,
the
I didn't say she was a
tables.
waitress. I just said she was a server.
that's-
You can have a server in a lunchroom.
Listen.
Sonic people
If
serve
you work at a department store, you don't serve them clothes. Okay.
Well-
here you go.
Well, I
you.
understand both sides. I
it's
worked at an
still-
ice cream place for a while, for like a year or so.
That's
With
a
like,
server.
so, like, yeah, behind the counter,
Yeah.
like you get the ice cream. And
Ice cream server.
It's
I mean,
called the
I work
service
server.
industry.
Then you're making it though.
Yeah.
She's taking a
I
thing and
assume
doing
Basically,
that.
the tacos.
what you would normally
Oh,
say
did
is that you
you?
work at the counter.
I did like cook the
You work
meat,
at-
but
you
they'd hand
work
it
at
to
the
me from the
counter,
kitchen. You
order
go
a server.
do-do-do-do-boop.
So you did wrap it up.
Yeah.
So you did some assembly.
Okay.
I did some like lettuce bay. Like,
So then, but then you didn't work the register. Did you just give it to the person
I
at the
did
register?
both. I would either do register duty or I would be service.
But never both at the same time.
No.
You don't
Unless
go
you
back and
need-
make it and
unless
then
the
come back up
register's-
and sell it.
Well, then you gotta wash your
Obviously,
hands all the
that's two different
time. You
people.
don't
Hey,
be
welcome
touching
to
them.
Tucky's
That's a
Tacos. I do every
substitute.
time.
Those are
I sweep the
gloves.
floor.
Hey,
I do
cheese on that?
cheese,
Bang.
Bang. Scoop a skeep a bang.
If there's
Hello,
an intense line,
neighbor.
you
What's
make
that?
sure the register is always manned by somebody.
How much
Or
did you
woman.
make? How much
Damn
did
it.
you make sure and learn in the 40 hours you worked there?
I was there for 5 days. Okay, let's be clear.
Dang, 5 days.
Bro.
I also
ran
worked.
the place.
I also worked at an ice cream place, Jeremy. I mostly served myself. Turns out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Did you ever
just.
just stick your head in and lick
Nice.
it?
No.
I really.
Well, this one's almost half empty.
I probably cost that place a lot of money too. Well, they were very like, which I didn't like, but they would always be like, okay, you know, when people order a small in a cup, right? You get the cup, and then like you scoop the ice cream, but you like fluff it, you know, and then put it so that there's like
Oh.
less in there, but it
Less
looks
dense.
more full.
So what happens is
Son
you
of a
scoop and then you leave like a hollowed area.
Yep.
You fool.
Yeah, and I'd be like, fuck that. Like
Yeah,
people
no,
would
I
come
would-
over and get a small, I'd be like,
Pack it in
like
there.
I'm really packing it in.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody.
And people
Yeah.
would be like, wow, that's so much ice cream. I'm like, yeah.
That's the 11.
It's like a tiny cup, but it's like.
Did you hear that about that? That happened
Yeah.
over the
What
last
happened?
week. The Nugget guy.
What?
There was a guy like on social media allegedly. I mean, I used to say this actually happened. He claims it happened, but
Oh.
some guy was like,
The extra nugget.
yeah, it was like I've worked at McDonald's. Like I used to work at McDonald's. Like I guess he just quit or he didn't work anymore. He's like I worked at McDonald's for 2.5 years and I put an 11th nugget in like every single 10-piece order
Hero.
that I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Also,
someone was blowing with this guy's
Amazing
a hero.
advertising.
Yeah, and
McDonald's.
someone was like, is there a statute of limitations on like the nuggets? And he's like, I hope so. I did the math, and it cost him about like $1,600 for like extra
God.
nuggets.
Yeah. But apparently,
counted
the
every
trend
time he
is
did it.
catching
It's hard to say.
Because we went to McDonald's over the weekend.
Dude.
Yeah.
We ordered 6
I got a
piece
6-piece
fries.
for Iris, 7 fucking.
Oh!
I literally opened up it and screamed, "The Nugget guy!"
The Nugget guy!
Just
Wait,
read it.
Pay
What
it
if it's a
forward.
conspiracy
He's
and
back.
every McDonald's across the nation shoved out an extra nug
Then they're
for the whole
smart.
day?
Then they're smart.
That
Yeah.
would be amazing.
That would be genius.
Yeah.
Day. New day of the week, Nug Day.
Guerrilla marketing.
Then you go. Then they have some
day.
like then they have some like actor who doesn't work at McDonald's come out as like a McDonald's guy and be like, "This is outrageous. Don't order our nuggets. Don't get it." And then the people
Don't.
go, "I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna get the extra nuggets."
No,
and he goes,
please. Stop.
Oh,
Don't.
Monopoly! I've got extra nuggets!
Oh,
"In your face, McDonald's." I bought
I
McDonald's.
hope you
Yeah.
enjoy that
Right.
2-cent nugget in there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
not quite the same.
Those were the
but,
floor nuggets.
I saw that Chick-fil-A now is like, yo,
Coke
we're
nugget.
not going to be donating to anti-LGBT corporations now. Like solid PR. I'm glad that we
Chick-fil-A?
finally made this
They-
point. Yeah.
there's some
There's
instance
there's
of
still
that.
some makeup to be done,
There's
but
some
it's a
instance
good
of that.
step.
More of a bailing water at this point.
Yeah.
Correct.
It is.
I don't know that it was a
Absolutely.
blanket like everything's better now.
No.
I think it was more like, hey, we're doing this.
like,
by
we're
the
trying
way.
not to be horrible.
Also, 100% that was like, fuck, everybody's going to Popeyes. Look, we're
Oh,
doing
absolutely.
something. Like it was literally
We're still relevant,
Absolutely.
spicy
right?
chicken related.
That's okay.
Of
Now
like,
they've slightly taken themselves up to Chick-fil-A. We don't publicly hate the gays.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. And which step forward.
Now,
It is.
business decisions alone, again, if they opened up on Sunday, my God, would they make so much
Dude.
money. But no.
I only want it
Pun
on
intended.
Sunday.
I know, we
I'm
were-
sitting there on a Sunday going, not even because it's Sunday. I'm like, I want some Chick-fil-A.
It's like
Yeah,
the
but you can't
Sunday.
have it. God says
And
no.
then I go, never mind then, and I forget it for another 5
Yeah.
exact weeks until another Sunday.
for 7 days.
Wow,
we were
that's cool.
We were coming back
I like
from
that.
somewhere. It was like not this past weekend, but the week before. We took the kids to a park. and like met her parents there, and they were there for a while, and it was like outside of Austin, so we had to drive back. And I'm like, dude, we're passing like a Chick-fil-A. Let's get Chick-fil-A on the way. It's like, oh, awesome. I pull it up. It's like 5 minutes away, and I was like, closed. What the fuck? It's Sunday. Damn you. Damn you, Chick-fil-A. And then
Chick-fil-A,
it'll
man.
be 2 months till I go back to a Chick-fil-A.
I was also laughing talking about Popeyes, and Disney Plus, full circle for everything. Disney Plus came out. A lot of the episodes are totally fucked up. It's not in the right order.
They
gotta
did this
fix
for a
it.
lot of shows. They released the episodes incorrectly for a lot of shows.
The metadata.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Strange.
just like willy-nilly. So
Yeah.
if there's like plot stuff, it makes no sense.
So
Yeah.
Disney Plus, or whatever their rep is on social media, was like, "Yo, hey, sorry, this is fucked up. We're working on it.
Yeah.
Apologize."
Mr. Disney.
Probably didn't say
It was
this.
Walt.
Sir Disney himself.
No, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He's like, yo,
Came out of the
Mickey,
crowd
Mickey
freeze.
fucking.
That frozen head.
We're gonna take the hot irons to that mouse
Actually,
and get
he came
it
out
straight
and
down
was like,
immediately.
He came out and he was like, guys, we boked it. Okay? We just
This got
boked
boked.
it. It was a boke job.
Point being,
We put Goofy in charge of it. Sorry.
he yuck. Why you always lying?
Yucking, we yucked it up. We yucked it up.
Yucked it up.
They made a tweet saying sorry. Someone quote tweeted it and was like, "Bitch, did you not see what a chicken sandwich did to this country?" Like, it's totally true. Like, get your shit together. You gotta have it ready.
People getting upset about a lot
Isn't
of things.
there?
Yup.
Is one of the
Small
streaming
things.
services getting Nickelodeon shows? I thought I heard that.
All right,
Was
what?
it Netflix, I think? I thought.
Is Netflix
Yeah.
getting like Thornberries?
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
so.
I want
think they signed a
Nickelodeon
deal with
Plus,
them.
and I have to put
Quiet.
a, and I
Quiet,
have,
they're making
and
it.
I have to put a nickel link to it every time I want it to work.
you don't want
Just
that.
like a Nickelodeon
Just have,
would.
just have
That might
like
actually
Netflix
be
buy
alright.
it.
Theirs would be called like Nick Splat or something.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Nickelodeon
No, Will.
As soon as Netflix became a
Goofy
thing,
Nick or
like
something.
10 years ago, we all knew this was happening. As soon as traditional media started sniffing out the internet and pointing the finger at
Don't
YouTube
sniff
and
at
stuff.
me. Don't sniff at me.
Like we
Probably
all
Hulu
knew
was
every
more to blame.
channel, every of the 5,000 channels on cable would go, we all want ours. And so now they're all going to be 5,000 services on the internet. Like, so when we're old, it's going to be the exact same thing, but on the internet.
It's also gonna be more of a pain.
And then you're gonna have to go-
You have 19 different.
And then you're gonna
Yeah, wait
go-
till you have your service service
and
though.
then you're
where
gonna
you
go-
just buy
exactly.
one service and it's all the services.
Yes,
Oh
you're
my
going to go to AT&T just like you do now. You're going to get Uverse, and it's going to have all your services within it. They're already doing it
Hey.
now. Disney Plus is Hulu and whatever else in
Hey.
there. ESPN.
Thanks for subscribing to our channel. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you being a
Yeah,
first
and
member.
make sure, hey, if you're listening to this, why don't you shoot on over to Face Jam, the other podcast that just came out this week. Speaking of Popeye's spicy chicken, we had that 2 weeks ago. Remember, it's every other Tuesday. It's the Fortnite podcast, popular game, popular podcast. And so
Popular
on
eyes.
this episode, we eat the 25-cent buffalo wings from Applebee's. And how did they stack up? I don't know. Go download the episode now. In fact, subscribe. You'll never have to download it again. It'll do it for you. What were you saying?
I
Oh,
like
and
when things
also,
are
if you're
done
a
for
first
me.
member,
Wait, hang on.
make sure to check out next week because you're watching this on Thursday.
They'll watch it whenever the hell they want.
Well, if you're watching it
streaming
live as a first member, and then live on
not
Wednesday
live.
of next week on the 4th, then you can see Chump at 5 p.m., which you play along with if you're watching the guy. It's a game show. It's better than on the spot.
December
Correct.
4th.
December 4th. Is that
Yes,
not what I said?
I don't know, but I was
You just
making
said the
sure
4th.
it was clear.
December 4th. It's not in the past, and it's not a month out.
And it's not happening right now.
But it is.
And it's not happening right
I
now.
I also
this
want to
second.
clarify.
Not at
But in
this
future
second.
second.
I'm not the one complaining that there are services here. I'm explaining
I
the
get you.
momentum. You guys don't want a Nickelodeon Plus. I will
That is true,
slap
I
that
don't.
ass.
Well, I mean, I'll get
We're
it.
talking about it. We're talking about people.
I agree with Trevor.
That's
I'm
expansion
not-
into a space that we need money from.
It is. I mean,
I'm assuming this is.
We were here first, damn it.
I mean, yeah, like, no, truly, traditional media is just copying what has been established before them.
What you got?
I'm assuming this is in reference to the upcoming holiday, as we mentioned, Thanksgiving,
Christmas,
which wraps another very important
Ramadan.
holiday,
Hanukkah.
Black Friday,
Oh.
butts up against another important holiday,
Cyber
Cyber
Monday.
Monday, which
Up
is next to
against-
the most important holiday that there is.
Festivus.
Look at this message I have, and it's just like, what life is that?
yeah.
It's just a message from
Oh, what's
Sarah.
Michael, what is the
It's a
holiday?
message from Sarah that says, "Do you have Garbo Man in your closet?"
Because it's Garbo Tuesday.
He's got a
Everybody's
list
favorite
somewhere.
holiday.
But
And I
I
was
feel like
like-
most Americans have Garbo Man under their sink. You know?
I think the real Garbo Man and his family are currently in our garage in another trash can that I
in
use
the
real-
trash, in the trash can
you
that
could
we
not have made him sound more like God. You're like, Everyone has Garbo in their home.
Well, they do.
Garbo's everywhere.
Dude, he's
Garbo's
more like
in all of
Spell
them.
God without Garbo.
he's more like
Garbo
an
with you.
infestation, is what he
Gob.
is. He's infested most homes.
There you go.
Ugh.
It's a real
That's a
problem.
lot of pickles.
nasty
There's so
bite.
many
God
pickles.
damn.
They've
It's
missed
like 8
every
pickles.
nasty bite you've taken.
They're all in the trash can that Lindsay brought to Let's Play Live years ago, where people kept trying to throw their trash in.
treating
We
it
told
like
that
a trash
story.
can,
right?
which
Because
is
it's a
insane.
trash. It's a
Backstage.
it's a
There
trash
was a trash
can
can with Garbo, a trash bag in it.
backstage at a live show with a trash bag in it, and they're going, "Hey, stop throwing trash in here!" And people just put
He's
all
up next!
I gotta dance with this guy. He's
Disrespect.
still in that trash can.
It
Look
really,
at this guy just threw a fucking plate in here.
that's what
Can you
happens.
believe
You
it?
needed a PA. We should have had a PA for Garbo Man.
should've,
Just sitting there like protecting you.
That's funny. That's funny.
I'm hungry.
I like recently we were talking about whether or not, because we've always talked about that
I got
Garbo
nothing to
can
mix it with.
he can like teleport through trash.
what he
Was
got
always
It
the
was
thing with
a
him.
conversation that
A
we
conversation
had.
that he like goes into trash piles and can come up
Hey.
in another trash pile. But I think we recently discussed that he just goes through hell to
Sometimes,
do that.
yeah, we talked about
He
sometimes-
just goes into hell
Sometimes
and
that
pops
we
up.
Of the
decided.
deep Garbo
I
lore.
think we decided we discussed though, like, yeah, is the interconnecting point between trash hell?
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I can believe it too, because it's like to him, it's not much different
Right.
than
It's
his
like,
life,
hell is
right?
supposed to
He's
be
just
like-
like, oh, this ain't bad.
Is it sulfur smelling? Allegedly.
Brimstone.
Allegedly, from who?
You know, the hell
The
guy.
guy who
Forks,
wins.
you know?
Dante.
Clayton, let me know.
We hear from the
Literature
front.
Reference.
Wait, from the front.
Goodness. Well, I have smelled.
Boy, it's a real scorcher in hell today.
I've smelt
The inside
hell.
of a diaper genie is the closest that I can ever
Ooh,
say.
it's
It's like
bad.
I'll be honest.
hell.
Next to an open diaper, I wouldn't even say the inside. I didn't pop that thing
Like,
open with an inside.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But if it's like almost full and you open it to throw a diaper in it, it's pretty.
It's
pretty
hell
hell-like.
sphincter
can't
right there. It
imagine.
even
It's-
contracts as you close
It's
it.
bad, and Lindsay likes to
They
break
need
it a
to
lot.
come
so I
up
have
with
to put it back
flushable
together.
diapers or something.
I'm too rough.
You're too rough. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
it's just a foot pedal. You push the foot pedal, and it's like the lid opens, and then also there's like a claw thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it's supposed to be closed, so it limits
Starlight
the
pit for
poop
diaper
smell seeping out.
Yeah.
Keeps the
So
stank
either
and Boba Fett in.
one, she'll fucking stomp on it to like open it, and it'll like just come apart. You know, it's just like
Launches them
springs
back
and
out.
Not
shit.
very strong.
Or, you know, I will say it's always unfortunate, like, not that it's ever good, but like the thing's full at the worst fucking time. Like you're trying to change the kid, there's like shit everywhere, and then it's like
Screaming,
you get
yeah.
the diaper off, you go to put it down, and the thing's full. So now's not the time to be like, all right, open the thing, pull it out, you gotta rip the bag, you gotta tie a new knot, do a new, you know, it's a whole like system to like
Yeah.
keep the poop bag fresh. What you do is you open the thing and you like shake the bag, pull it down, and shake the shit out. So it gives you like this much, like one more diaper space at the top. You know, like just enough room to shove another diaper in there. But then she'll go like 6 diapers deep in the one more diaper. So then the top's like, and then it defeats the whole purpose because now the seal is now jammed with shit diapers, and the leak is emanating. And the way it all works is like the lid is connected to the seal. So if the thing's open, the lid
lid's,
will be
like,
open.
slightly
like
open.
so the shit and piss smell just emanates out of it and
comes
fills the
out.
room.
That's
So
such a
I'll-
vivid
I'll-
description.
I mean, it's
It's
true.
not brisket. So I'll walk
giving
in the room
PTSD
and
to
just
when
be
my
like, oh
siblings were
God,
babies."
change the fucking thing. Or I'll go to like change, I'll go to throw a diaper in and I hit the thing and it's just like, ah, and I'm like,
What is the thing called?
It's called a diaper
Diaper
genie.
genie.
Diaper genie, okay. Because I got one for the cats.
What
I
you
got
need is a
cat
lava
genie.
pit.
Yeah,
It's called a cat. I mean,
a
it's what
lava
it's
pit
called.
would be great.
You need
Do
to
you have the
burn that
front
up.
door on it to get to the bag, or is it just
Yes,
you lift
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, we
Have
have
you,
the
have you
front
had
door.
it where you got it so full that the door pops open?
No.
Yes.
Here he
Wait,
comes.
no, we
Well,
haven't.
that's
Not
fine.
like
Well,
that.
don't
He's
block
dancing
the
it.
shot. Go
Plate's over there.
behind.
Hey, Fritz.
What are you looking for?
Over here.
You got plates? I was just saying, go walk around, man.
Man,
People don't want to look at your back.
I
No one
imagine,
does.
yes, that diapers and all that,
You're
that's
just talking about poopy
rancid.
diapers.
You should.
But what we're brewing up in
invest
the
in some-
office is
yeah. I should,
that's
sorry,
bad.
I should
not far off.
I was gonna say you should invest in some cat litter. That stuff eliminates
Oh,
odors
just
real
sprinkle it
good.
on top of it. That's
Yeah.
not a bad
In the
idea.
diaper.
But then
It
just
could
taking
work.
up more space.
Because I got the
Yeah.
cat genie thing, which is the same thing. You
It
just
fills up
scoop
all
it,
the-
you
Can
put
you
it in
imagine
the
buying
thing.
cat litter
and it
it's
seals
like, oh, you
up.
got some cats? Nah, I got babies.
Yeah, but like it seals. It's the same thing mechanism where it seals up, and then you take the bag, cut it,
Yeah.
tie a new thing, and all
We have
that
like
jazz. But
poopery for babies, basically. Like once you're changing their diaper, you
Yeah,
spray
it
it
does
directly.
work.
Like,
because like I noticed like the cat genie, you would think when you open it, it'd be like, "Pah!" But it's not, and it's just because the litter,
at you?
just like a limit. Well,
Well,
Yeah,
it
it
clumps.
spritzes
yeah,
you.
Clumps
it
and
clumps it
surrounds
up,
it.
and then it
Jeremy goes,
eliminates it.
Dude, we used to have one of the automated cat litter things, and before the cats decided it was hell itself and refuse to go in. But those things are great, man.
I need to get one.
You want
They don't
one?
have that for babies.
It's fucking
want
huge.
one?
It's like this
Is it one of
big.
those
Well,
like
here's
egg,
the thing.
like orb
Yeah, the
things,
orb
like Doctor
thing that rolls
Evil's
over.
ship?
Oh, nice.
Well, we
Yeah,
want to
I've
get
seen
new.
those, yeah.
It works great.
We want to get new litter boxes
going
because
in.
next week is when they replace all the floors in our house, right? And so we like, you know, the litter boxes we have now, the cats will like do
thought
their
you were gonna
business
say
in
our
it,
cat.
and then for whatever reason will explode with litter everywhere.
Oh.
So like around the litter boxes, just like loose litter all over.
They
the place.
kick when they bury it. Do they
Yeah,
bury
but
it?
they're
Like,
pretty good about it when I see them do it. Because when
Yeah.
I'm on the,
They
we have
know
ones
you're watching.
upstairs. We have 3 upstairs and 1 downstairs.
okay.
And so when but the ones upstairs are right across from the treadmill. So when I'm on the treadmill running, they just like to be in the same floor as me. And so if I'm on the top floor at the treadmill, they'll use those ones and they'll just shit watching me run. And I'm like,
They just like they
they
watch
do.
you
They
and they
stare
go.
at me. And you watch them and their back
And then
like
they. Oh,
twitches.
I'm sorry. And then they kick.
That's
then
a
they
sign
kick
of
it.
respect for cats. Yeah, no,
They're-
that's they make eye contact with the one they respect most when they
Their
shit.
back.
Someone's probably pooping at home right now. Oh, nasty.
Yeah, they just stare at me. And
gross.
Scooter, for whatever reason,
Look away.
Uh-oh.
when Scooter does it,
Ooh, poopy.
all 4 paws are on the edge, like a gargoyle.
Nice.
On the
I-
edge of the litter box. He
I've
shits
seen
in
that.
That is the
Except
thing.
when I saw it, it was a GIF on Reddit, and it was shitting on another cat's head.
Nice.
Here's what's happening there. When a cat looks at you as it's shitting, it's seeing the moment of your death.
Yeah,
That's
just like
Oh.
it's
Allegedly.
spooky. It's spooky, but
In
it
that?
is.
So it knows
Not
the hour
taste
and the
good.
time.
I thought you
knows.
discovered something.
Here's the thing. I don't know that this is sweet tea or this is
Just ice.
just
You should
tea.
know.
Is
I mean,
this
it's both
sugar?
sweet
I
as
mean, it's
shit.
unlabeled.
sugar
It's
in this?
scary. It's what it is.
If I
Or
had
is
a
this just
straw, I'd
regular
test it.
tea? Do we know? Does anyone know?
Crickets?
I think it's just regular tea. I didn't order that.
Yeah,
I didn't order it.
Order it, then
I
how
didn't
did it
order it. I
get
just
here?
took it.
Iced tea is still full.
They have
Oh.
black tea and sweet tea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing
And
tastes
if
as
you
good as some
Just
people are
it's
trying
like
to
the
get rid
fucking
of.
vodka.
There might be people at home that don't know in south of not South America, but the southern area of the United States.
Yeah.
They got what they call sweet tea, and what they do is they boil it and then
We just call
absorb
it tea.
and absorb the sugar into it, so it becomes hyper saturated
Yeah,
with
it's-
sugar.
it's
So
just-
it's hyper sweet,
It's
very
different.
sweet.
But it's not really
Hyper.
more sugar.
They're
Like,
both
it's like-
I guess it's like the brewing.
Yeah, it
like
is.
When it,
like,
while they're doing the
I
brewing.
always thought, again, not having sweet tea where I'm from, I always assumed it was like more sugar, was just sweet tea.
Is it not?
Oh, it's a
re-
lot
it's-
of sugar.
It's really not. But I mean, if you look up sweet tea to like iced tea, it's like the same
Oh, really?
amount of sugar.
It's-
It just must be like
I
how
thought
they
it was
make
like-
it.
It
is. No,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, I was told the
Please,
opposite.
Georgia.
sir,
I'm saying,
sir.
I'm saying
Georgia.
manufactured, that's what it is.
Here,
You're
let me-
talking about some
Batman
bathtub tea,
I grew up
Ryan.
in the South and I was told the same thing as Michael. So
Here's the
go
thing.
behind,
You're
man.
tallike about bathtub tea you're making
Sweet
at home.
tea.
Bathtub tea,
Like
that's
real
shine
sweet tea is sugar to about
I'm
here.
just telling you. If you buy it in the store,
It's-
that's not the case.
That's the
Wait.
problem.
Well,
you
then
gotta
they put
find
something else in there.
It's a family member that has to make it. It's grandma's tea. She boils it in the
Oh,
bathtub,
and you don't want to know.
and you don't want to know what else is in
Mama
there.
makes some iced tea.
You don't want to know how she makes it.
And grandma better have no teeth at the age of 25 because she's
Yeah.
in the South.
Yeah.
And that's how you know.
And she
And
drank
she's
the
grandma
shot.
at the age of 25.
yeah, it's true.
So in
But-
a Coke can, how much is sugar?
In a Coke
Oh,
can,
that's another scary fact. I don't
I
want
mean,
to
that's
see.
Yeah.
scary. It
I don't
sounds
wanna see
it
it.
would be super scary.
probably not as much as you think.
But it's like Kool-Aid. When you make Kool-Aid, you got to heat it up so it can
No.
absorb more of the sugar. Because otherwise, just like a room temperature, like liquid won't absorb
That's
that much.
crystal meth.
You have to do it when it's hot, and then you chill it.
That's crystal meth.
Well,
Kool-Aid meth.
Getting
grandma's
that?
also cooking
I'll make
meth.
that. Oh,
I bet
nice.
she is.
Yep, and she's
Oh,
dissolving
in
bombs.
Georgia.
Also-
Yep, she's got the sweet tea bathtub and the meth bathtub.
Does she
An
whistle
organ
and go,
she is.
whee?
Yeah, she
Well,
whistles
she
through her
works.
teeth though.
Yeah.
Allegedly, the whole cat thing about staring at someone while they're going to the bathroom, I've been told, is that they're looking to you because they trust you as a protector.
I've
so
heard
you
this.
let them know if there's danger. Like
I've heard this about
But it's
dogs.
also,
Oh, you should
but you're
warn them one
vulnerable,
time,
so
like,
they're like, I'm
look out
keeping an
behind
eye.
you.
Look out!
I'm guarding you.
Take off and shits everywhere.
Just clinch and run and just like a
Which
trail
is
Shit
behind it.
everywhere.
Like
Ugh.
my kids, Iris now especially, is in the middle of
stare
potty
you down?
training. So yeah, like she'll
Oh.
be in the middle of going to the bathroom and she'll look at me and I'm like, oh, it's time. Like let's go. I'm like, is that the same thing? Like, hi, mom and dad, please keep me safe while I shit myself.
Yeah.
I think we've separated
Keep me
ourselves from
safe.
the
I'm
needs
going
of
right
survival
now.
a little too much for that to be relevant. But if you want that egg thing, I'd love to get rid of it.
I'll take an egg thing.
It's substantial.
Ryan, if you bring in an egg thing, I'll take an egg.
Okay, you take
I'll
the
tell
egg
you
thing.
how I handled all these problems. I didn't have children or cats
That's true.
Yet.
yet.
Well, I mean, he
and I'll
didn't.
I'll hold it off
Don't they may
as
come
long
for you.
as I can. Though it'll come for me.
Just one day.
Who have the most children and the most cats?
Oh,
Oh,
Wow. Damn.
If
you have
your
three, right?
experience,
I'll become a
I have
cat
three.
man.
I've done
I have
Yeah.
three
four.
children. Yeah.
Ugh, 4 cats.
And a couple cats.
You need to teach Scooter or Booker. Who did I see? Booker.
You saw Scoot.
Oh, okay. I need to see Scooter on a toilet. If he can perch like that, he's already there.
He can fucking
just move from the litter box to the
Sugar is
toilet.
gonna cut down the
fall
vodka.
in.
There's
and
a
make a mess.
sugar. There's a ton of
Thanks,
sugar
Ryan.
over there.
Teach
he's
him how to
gonna get it.
flush,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
I can't do
you loaded up?
tea. I can't do tea on sweet.
And then I don't want Booker or Zipper shitting in my toilet.
Why
You see how
not?
fat they are? It'd be
Dude, they-
awful.
You say they're taking bigger dumps
They're
than
gonna
you
clog
are?
my toilet. Yeah.
Right in.
Those cats are
Fredo,
insane.
you can't be standing next to Jeremy. Okay, it looked crazy.
It looked wild when Jack was in
It
frame.
just kept cutting, and it was just like a man talking to his child. And you can sit on the chair.
Nah.
Fredo's a tall man.
He's a tall man, and you're sitting.
Are you?
I don't
Look at
change
his
height
legs.
much.
Look at his legs.
That's kind of like a.
You're all tangled up.
Oh, okay.
Fredo's all tangled up.
There he is.
Weird.
My knees like on my
can
back
you do a
heel.
Matt Bragg squat where it makes it easier on you?
I was watching a GIF
What is
of
it? Does
that
he just go
moment.
down and sits like this?
Yes.
Yeah, he was doing that. That's how he was doing the squat.
Instead of
I mean,
like
if
an
you saw the
actual
live
like.
stream, you missed out.
That's how I
Thanks,
do.
Rye Bread.
That's how I do barbell
like
squats.
Oh yeah.
I just like
But, hey, it's easier,
bottom
man.
out
It's like a
and like
squat.
sit, and then
Chill.
I
All the way
stand
down?
back up.
Good. That's great for your back.
Yeah,
Not bad.
I just go. "Ah,
Oh, there.
sweet.
Just like Grandma likes it.
Just like Grandma.
Right, but like again, like
Stir
I
that
grew
puppy
up
up.
like iced tea to me
go
was
eat
just
bye.
like bye.
Was
Was
music.
like Lipton's. I mean, he was there.
Yeah.
Lipton's or Nestle.
he's an
Did
Brisk.
Nestle make
The iced tea and ice
Maybe-
cube.
No. What was
Where's
it?
sugar?
Nestle?
Where's sugar?
Lipton does make an iced tea.
No, Lipton sure does. But
Nestle
that,
had an iced
That
tea.
shit was sweet as fuck. It was literally like we'd always get the cans because it was cheaper. It was just like powdered tea, and you add water. It was sweet as shit. So
Yeah.
when people were like, "Oh, you have sweet tea," I'm like, "It's sweeter than this?" Unless people are comparing this shit to sweet tea. Because also this didn't really, people didn't drink fucking black tea where I'm from. There was no
No,
sugar
me
added.
neither.
It was always some kind of artificial sweetener. So when I had sweet tea,
Splenda in
it
there.
tastes very different, but it's not necessary in my instances.
I don't think I've ever
Like,
had
like-
sweet tea.
Like, oh, this is crazy.
In all the instances that I traveled through the South, like in the many vacations that we
a little
drove
better.
down to Florida.
Not much better.
Yeah.
I don't
I
like.
I never opted for
It's
it.
also still
I don't
warm.
like ice
It's
or
also still
sweet tea.
warm.
By the
Yeah.
time I got
Some
around to
fucking ice
tea, I
cubes.
was like deep into college, and I would that your head.
Yeah.
He's added like
Stop.
5 tablespoons by now.
This shit you gave me
6.
is bad.
Gotta have some lemon.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
he also
That's
dumped
it.
pomegranate vodka in it.
Wait,
That's
that's
just some more
pomegranate
sweet.
vodka?
Yeah.
More sweet.
It's
Yeah.
not.
Well,
it's not
pomegranate and
sweet
lemon
at all,
mix
trust
pretty
me.
well.
Here, you add the chocolate.
I would
vodka
imagine
to
a
it.
pomegranate
Get outta here.
pomegranate tea would be pretty,
out of my fucking
pretty
face.
nice.
Do you like ice or sweet tea? Either of those?
Well,
Ice or sweet
yeah,
tea?
yeah.
Smell it though. It smells like.
That's the most like unsouthern thing that I
Did
heard.
not
I do
sip it
not
or
like.
something?
I think.
I
that's
had to stop drinking it because I was super
Health.
not healthy.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
So
I
you drink
have.
Diet Coke
So I
instead?
have again. I have.
Hooray.
I
Okay,
drink,
but at least I'm skinny and
Different
I'm happy.
problem.
I drink
Different
tea.
problem.
tea I think
Healthy.
it's Tea Leaf. Is the brand name?
Yeah,
Something like
yeah.
that?
The square bottle?
Yeah, I get raspberry iced tea.
I think it is tea leaf.
It's like fucking 36 grams.
It's a
like
lot.
you're telling me the sweet tea of that brand has the same or less sugar than raspberry.
I'll get to the bottom of this.
I drink it. I fucking cut it. I buy it by the 12 pack and I pour a quarter of the bottle into a cup and then just add water, and that's plenty sweet enough for me.
Oh, similar note. If and when you guys have kids in the future, sans Ryan, kids.
If your son ever
juices-
comes back from his Pokemon journey,
Yeah, one day he'll get there. Hypno took him.
He's gonna roll into town in a
No,
Pokeball.
don't say the hypno.
the Hypno.
You're not
Ryan
getting
doesn't
them
know.
back.
Ryan doesn't know.
What does that mean?
Hypno's kidnapped children.
It's like the pedo Pokemon.
Basically.
Oh, right.
We're not even exaggeration.
is that what it is? I don't
Hypno?
know that was.
yeah, no, he hypnotizes them and takes them
Right.
off into
He
the
leads
woods.
children away.
Right, but
They
that doesn't
disappear.
make him a pedophile.
Oh, I'm not saying that part.
He said it and you agreed.
Listen,
It's
You chimed in. That's
It's
what
heavily
I'm
implied.
deep in the
He could be
sweet
eating
tea,
the
all right?
children.
I'm
No.
deep in the sweet
Could be
tea.
taking
Look at
them to
him.
have it.
All right.
We don't know.
Look
Sweet
at him.
tea.
Hang on.
This says one. And see, I need to compare. 100 grams is 42 grams of sugar. Almost, it's 42% sugar.
A lot.
And that's by whatever that website was. And now regular tea. Let me change this so it's 100 grams as well. Regular, just iced tea, 8 grams.
All right, that's crazy. But again, look up like a packaged. Like I said, look up tea leaf,
Tea leaf,
sweet tea.
sweet
Well, here's the
tea.
thing. If it's in a package, usually you then add sugar to it. It's not what's in there, it's what you then put in it.
No, I mean packaged like bottled.
Okay.
Like if you buy a bottle, I'm just saying like a produced bottled iced
Oh, it's
tea.
pure leaf.
Pure Leaf. That's what it is. Sorry.
Pure Leaf has 42 grams of like carbs. I want to open it up and see how many sugar specifically.
Well, let's get to the bottom of this.
I don't want to like hold up conversation here while I.
No, we're on
you
pins
are.
and needles
While I-
right now.
while I
You're not
dig this
holding
up.
up. You're
Sugar's
enhancing.
42.
And that's
42.
sweet tea?
But that's also for like 18 and a half fluid ounces.
Okay, and that's sweet tea.
And that's sweet tea.
Now look up their same brand, any other tea. Like lemon.
Extra
or...
sweet. Dang, they got extra.
well, hang on.
Hang on! Pump it right into my veins!
I'm just sucking on sugar cubes now. All right.
Extra sweet, said the cotton candy man.
Lemon, hold on. 41.
Oh.
That's not marketed as sweet. Like, it's all sweet.
Let's get into the extra.
Lemon, that's good for you, lemon tea.
Yeah, 41 grams of
Oh, yeah,
sugar.
much
Keep
better.
the
Yeah.
scurvy away.
Extra sweet, 65.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh my god.
That's the moonshine of tea.
Which is probably that's probably the normal sweet tea they serve at Chick-fil-A. Is that
Fucking insanity.
And going back, like I was saying, that is totally what happens in a lot of children's juices
Now
too.
this is
like
okay.
that's
Oh, yeah.
the sugar count.
Now
I'm
this
like,
is
this is
okay.
for kids?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are just like, tea's good for you. Let's have tea. And then they drink that. And
It's
like,
awful.
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you're killing yourself.
That's why the tea with no sugar tastes like shit.
Yeah, because tea no
That-
goo.
That's awful.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing in it.
it's still probably not terribly healthy.
No.
No, I'm sure it
and
isn't.
that is why the South is beautiful, because we slather everything with sugar, butter, fat, and love.
Yeah.
The four best food groups, you're welcome.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gravy is like
Gravy's
The
good.
south of
That's
the
the top of
U.S.
the pyramid.
Fat and
It's
happy.
not like at the top of my list when I'm going there, but like Rudy's turkey is good. They got
Yeah,
good
it's-
ass turkey.
I sucked down a lot of that turkey.
I'm always like, I'm going for brisket or ribs or something, but that's good turkey.
The turkey's good, man. Can't go wrong with turkey. You
can.
You can absolutely go wrong with
You can't go wrong
You
with
sure
turkey.
can. I got that jalapeno sausage over the weekend.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was good.
Yeah, 'cause it's
I
got
don't-
cheddar
I don't
in
know
it
that
as
I've
well.
ever
Yeah,
ordered
the
that
cheese
from there before.
oozed on out.
What I'm learning is you should always move away from your food at the end. You know what that is right there? That's the congealed butter sauce that's
Oh,
on
yeah.
the potatoes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
funny you say that.
It formed a film across the bottom of this pocket, and I
Yes.
scraped it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the best film.
That's
After our game night, we were eating the leftover barbecue the next day, trying to use it up. And Michael goes, "What is this? There are like little white like chunks in here."
What I
And I'm
said
like,
was,
"That's
what is all this shit? And she's like, oh, that's all a fat.
Yeah.
But like,
old
because she had
fat.
opened it and rustled it, it confused me because it wasn't like on the food. It was like in the wrapping of the food. Because it comes in, like the brown paper wrap, whatever. And I'm unwrapping it. I'm like, what's this shit like in the wrapper? And she's like, that's the fat. And then opens it and like all the food's like covered in it.
I
I'm
was, like, panicking
Man, it
for
looks
fat.
way worse when it's not.
It doesn't
wet.
look good.
It does not look good. It
Well,
looks
also
like,
when
it
you
looks
brought
like
it up,
curds.
you like went to go get some stuff, and I was like with Eric, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna start kind of unwrapping it and getting it ready for people. So like, and I looked at it for a second, like, I need a plate or something to put this on before I unwrap it. And Eric's like, why? I'm like, cause it's gonna get everywhere. Like I opened one bit over the
Yeah.
brisket, and it was like pouring off, like the grease was pouring off
Yeah.
of it. And I was like, ugh.
When they wrap it up, like I think you have meat in here, they wrap it up in the thing. There are like probably 6 different folds of paper
They
as you
layer it
wap.
a lot.
It seeps all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't stop
it fights its
at
way
all.
through.
No.
It's brutal.
It's powerful. It's like a
Then it courses
it's
through
like
you.
Garbo.
Yeah, and then you just go.
It was good though. That was a fatty night.
It was a fatty night.
How much would I have to pay you to take one of those and just go like this?
oh
You
god.
can get that off.
Or just even one wipe.
Can you save
Some
it quick
like
enough?
some Dawn soap,
One
pull that
wipe.
right off.
But can you get it off like fast enough before your skin absorbs it?
We don't know.
I'll let it absorb a little.
I feel like if you do that and then wipe it off, you're like, I'm good. And the next day you wake up and
Just
you're just like
pimples
just
everywhere.
covered. You're like,
Oh,
oh my god, what have I done? I feel
What have I
like
done?
a second is too much. That would be
Yeah.
a nightmare.
See,
toxic
that'd be an
Avenger.
interesting experiment though. Like, at what time period is it like, okay, you've got enough grease on your face?
So-
You know what?
So
You
you're
can do
gonna-
that one. I'll
you
do
take
the
care of
milk.
the, that's what I'm saying. You
Exactly,
take
yeah.
care of the grease face. You do the milk thing.
Yeah.
no,
and
she
then
could do
ready,
the
set,
grease
show.
face.
Yeah.
Oh.
This
Grease
is-
face milk
Ready, set,
guy.
show! Milk and
Doesn't work
grease.
that way with
Milk
grease.
and
Go
grease.
mad grease face.
Well, I thought it's more of an issue of the oils that are coming out of your skin rather
Listen,
than
I don't know.
blocking
There's
it all
oils
up.
and skin. I don't know beyond that. I'm not a
My name is
scientist.
Milk. Your name is Grease.
From what I've been told, it's
Welcome to
both.
Ready, Set, Show.
If you get too oily of like lotion and stuff in your face, obviously you're clogging your pores, you get pimples. Same effect on the opposite end of the spectrum. You wash your face too much, it's too dry. Your body,
Gesticulating so
I know,
much.
your body compensates by making more oil, and you break out anyways. So it's like that happy medium.
you just
gotta
can't
find.
win.
What if you
Yeah.
just pour this all over
Let's
your
get to the
face
bottom of that
and rub it
grease
in?
facial.
By the way, I hope no one wanted coffee because I just yoink that from the coffee
They
station.
know where it
They
is.
will drink it
There's
live.
two
They
of those.
don't know where it is.
This is probably
The other one's
on in the
Splenda.
kitchen, right? Is this on
No,
in the
there's
kitchen?
there's another
Yeah.
duo set of those.
Yeah, that one right there.
No, I'm saying this feed is probably on in the kitchen.
No,
No.
they haven't done that in a while.
Oh,
It's not
really?
live.
Yeah.
I don't know that has anything to do with it being live. Is that what it was? I just
think
assumed
so.
they
Well,
just.
even-
I assume broadcast just forced them to watch.
Even when it was
whatever
live,
they
I
were
don't
doing.
think that shows.
Well, it's 'cause no
RTTV
one- We
anymore.
your sugar now.
No one acknowledges
Oh,
the
man.
red light that says we're filming,
One
so they had
guy.
to show the program
And
to
then
be
that
like, hey,
didn't
no,
stop them
seriously,
either.
shut the fuck up.
What happens is people see the red light and go, "What's going on in there? Let's
What is
talk
that?
about it loudly."
What is that?
What are you doing in
Hey,
there?
hey, what's happening?
Hey,
Oh,
You guys know this light's
Oh,
on?
Mikey!
Hey, what are you doing? Hey, why
No,
is there a
that
big
also
bucket of
sounded-
cheese puffs over there?
Whoa, whoa.
That's
That's been there
for,
for 1,000 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you
that's
want-
for the
Do you want some?
No.
Death Battle cast.
Podcast.
Yeah, we've eaten that a long time ago.
I
And
poured that
Chad's
all
like,
over myself.
yeah, that was, you know, like, and Chad's like, you guys are fucking with our cheese balls.
Yeah.
What do they use the
she
cheese
does.
balls
It's just
for?
like a set
Set
piece.
dressing.
Yeah.
They don't actually eat them. They're old as shit.
Well, I
Those are
did.
just from Extra Life.
I said they don't.
Those ones? Oh, they're new.
They're
Ryan.
new balls?
I don't want them. I don't
Yeah,
like
you
cheese balls.
Well, how the fuck you don't
those
like
over.
cheese balls?
Yeah, that's shocking to me.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I mean, I realize I eat like a human trash bag,
you
but
love cheese. That's cheese
No,
flavored.
see, Ryan's
I
weird
like
like that.
Cheez-Its.
You do have standards with your
Cheez-Its are also cheese
like,
flavored.
Ryan's
It's a form of a Cheez-It.
It's, I don't like the
It's
Do you
puff.
like corn? Like corn thing? Like a Frito? Like a corn chip?
Fritos are okay.
Okay. Because that's like corn puff.
Yeah, the
Fritos are
puppies
good
is what- yeah.
if you have chili to load
Oh,
them
yeah,
with.
these are
That
good.
blew my mind. That was
Good
another
until
thing I-
January.
Cheese puffs?
No.
Frito pies?
Frito pie. Yeah, I never heard of that. until-
Oh, yeah. No, I hadn't heard of it
People are
either.
like, put the fucking Fritos in
think
chili.
it's
I'm
just
like,
like-
no, chili goes on hot dogs,
Frito
fools.
pie.
Also, it's cold where I'm from, so you can just eat chili. Chili's not like a warmth thing here. It's a food thing.
But it's good to scoop it.
Yeah.
And no, I mean it is. Maybe like a chili dip.
Good?
I
Yeah.
would say. I don't know. I guess people on the East Coast never figured
is
out
a-
the process of like, wait, let's just make
Pungent fake butter
the
flavor.
dip and the food one food.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like bread bowls. You take the bread, you dump it in the soup.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, I'm sure it exists. There's probably people going like,
That's not a
"I've
good
had it,"
representation of cheese balls
No.
either.
Well,
This
is
cheese
it what
ball.
brand
I've
is it
had
too?
cheese balls.
Bad
It is
brand.
butts.
Well, I mean, that's a real brand.
Nah, I don't like
Butts.
More like butts.
I
Is this a
think
girl
you
like
mean-
like with a knife?
What
No, the
was she
best
got?
cheese balls don't even exist anymore.
I don't know.
Planters. Planters cheese
Oh,
balls?
those are
Yeah.
peanuts, dude.
No, they sold cheese balls and they don't
Bolitas
sell
de
them anymore.
queso.
They were in the same like cylinder tin. You like pop the metal thing off. And like,
I don't know that I've ever had Planters
Oh.
cheese balls.
Oh,
Beautiful.
That
más
is a,
bolitas.
the more I look at that, the more hypnotic the fluorescence of the orange is.
Oh yeah. Imagine what that's doing to your insides.
Make you poop. Make you poop orange.
You eat those before you get an
Wah,
X-ray.
wah, wah.
Just makes it
Have
easier.
some of that and some blue. It cancels it out.
Dude, don't get me started on blue.
Here's the contrast
Get-
for your
get some
CT.
blue
Nah,
right
it's
here.
good. I've been eating
2
cheese
pounds of
balls.
sugar I just poured in here.
like, Jerry wants something to drink, and I was like, get me some of the blue and
You
don't
had
be
a blue.
stingy.
You had a blue on the. You had a blue before you left.
I had a blue in a tiki mug.
One
Some
blue, not
blue.
bad. Don't have 3.
No, I had one blue and some White Claw.
I wonder how
No,
much.
I had
dude.
I had all my beer that I brought.
Also, I'll say this: I love White Claw now.
What's with White Claw? What? Okay,
I
what
never
is
had
White
it
Claw?
It came out of nowhere. It's seltzer. It's alcoholic seltzer water.
Yes, thank you.
Here's
That's
my
what I
issue
said.
though. No, because technically it is that. He's not wrong. It is alcoholic seltzer water. But Lindsay also described it as it's like LaCroix but with alcohol.
Yeah.
But
That's the same thing.
no,
Thank you.
It's not necessarily the same thing. Like LaCroix is a specific flavor and a taste and a brand, right? It's not
mean-
like saying Coke is soda. Like all sodas taste like Coke is what I'm saying.
LaCroix
Like,
has
I mean,
flavors.
I
get what you're saying.
fucking
It's
hate.
semantics
It's
argument.
not semantics. I fucking hate seltzer water. I
Okay.
can't drink seltzer water. It's too
Okay.
bubbly. This is like a third of that.
So it's the
It's-
bubbles, not the bitter, that puts you off.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is like, ooh, that goes down smooth. Like I can't drink LaCroix. It's disgusting to me. Like I hate the bubbles and the flavor. I'm fine with. It's just like the consistency of the seltzer.
Too much fizz.
So I was turned off by saying, oh, it's like LaCroix with alcohol. I'm like, well, I hate LaCroix, so why would I want it with alcohol?
What
This
about Topo Chico?
hate Topo Chico. Hate it.
Have you ever had a
just like,
seltzer
ah.
that you found appropriate?
Never in my life. I had a White Claw because people were like, fuck it. And I was like, I like this.
Well,
This
I mean,
is crazy.
Which
essentially,
is
you've
so weird
diluted
to me,
the
having
seltzer.
enjoying both.
What's that?
Well, I mean, White Claw, if you got the alcohol in it, then it's diluting out the seltzer,
I mean,
so
I-
it would be less fizzy.
I mean, maybe that's it.
I mean, if that's the process of making it.
If that's the
it's taking
process,
busy
then that
drinking the
makes
pork
sense.
stuff
But
in.
like, it's
Well, it's if you're talking about just pure seltzer water, there's nothing in there but seltzer.
what I want to
And-
get the
and
point across
flavoring it with
is
LaCroix.
if you don't like seltzer, you still might like White Claw. That's
might.
why
Don't
I was
worry.
avoiding it.
The's an alcoholic beverage
just
that you may
saying.
still be
That's
good with.
why I
If
was
you like
avoiding it.
seltzer, you'll definitely like it.
Right. I don't think
definitely
outrageous. There's not enough.
Yeah.
Do
But
you
I
taste the alcohol though?
No.
not really.
No,
It
yeah.
it just tastes like
Sparkling, whatever
That-
flavor.
it's to me
flavor
like
of that
it's
aspartame
close to
kinda
soda
covers
for
it.
me than seltzer. Like soda has way less than seltzer because of the syrup and all that other shit in there. So I guess maybe the alcohol has some sort of lessening effect on it. But I'm like, man, this is good.
Yeah. So and
I mean,
so
it's
I
crap, but it's good.
It's never
Good
something that I
crap.
would
It's
choose to
light.
drink, but then
it's
you
so
know,
light and easy.
when I had
to
people
just,
over
like, suck
recently,
them
I
down.
bought White Claw because I was like, I know people will drink it.
It's like if you don't want to be like drinking beer, like filling your gut with beer.
Oh,
It's way
yeah.
less filling.
Same. I mean, I understand and I agree.
Is it
And-
hydrating?
I don't know if I'd go that far.
No.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I think if you're dehydrated, have water,
It's-
not a White Claw.
It's much
It might
like again,
balance out. I
if
don't
I drink,
think it helps.
If I drink the like iced tea, I said I'll pour like a quarter of a bottle in and just fill it with water. It's like that, but with alcohol. Is how like it's like pour a little bit of alcohol and then the bubble. So it's like
I don't know
it's
what
a
it is
good way to be like
percentage-wise either
it's
of alcohol.
5 or 6%.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
like a
so
beer.
It's like a beer. All right.
But it's not nearly as thick.
Yeah.
No.
And I don't know what the calorie count is. It's
Two
probably
C's
less
or
calories
one
than
yeah,
beer.
it's way less.
that?
Because
2
when-
C's or 1 C?
One C.
Okay.
One
a
C
K.
in that thick. We go over this a lot in our
Gotcha.
upcoming Radio Set show.
Oh yeah,
Because we
that,
thicken a lot of.
we got a
drinks.
real thick. It gets nasty thick.
I've seen some of the
Thick-
thick product.
And people
Well, we
kept
got-
not trying the thick stuff, even though I told them it was good.
Well, we
Not trying
got
the
got
thick
milk
They didn't
with
try-
2 C's.
Yeah, that
no
was
K's.
yeah.
And
Milk
that-
with 2 C's was good.
Thick water was the first.
No, thick water was bad.
That's called spit.
Well, it's because the
Oh,
the
it's thicker than
thickening-
that.
The thickening
It's like eating
stuff
that.
is supposed to not change the flavor. It definitely does. So in something like water, where it doesn't have a flavor,
Yeah.
it really comes out, and it was bad. But I thought pickle juice was good.
That's
juice, that's
stop. You just like the name.
No,
Pickle
That
juice
is a good
juice.
name.
Here's the
Pickle
thing.
pudding
Here's
was
the thing.
so bad.
it was so good.
Pickle juice is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pickle
I could
juice
suck
is
that
good.
down. It's
Exactly,
good
and
to
so
drink.
could I. And
It
so
really
you would have
is.
liked pickle juice.
It really is.
You definitely would have liked
You
pickle
drink it
juice.
like this, like
I liked after that episode, I came into the other room. You guys had wrapped up, and I was eating chicken noodle soup that I'd brought, and you both went thick and noodle soup.
Thinking
Like, why
noodle
you
soup
didn't
could
do
have been a
it?
thing. We didn't do it.
We can do a part 2. Before we get away from it, just because we're talking about how light these drinks are and how tasty and all that, I just want to say I looked up some blue. 8 ounces of blue, 40 grams of sugar,
I had so
390 calories.
I had so much.
390 calories.
So I don't know.
It was something like that. I don't know.
Outlandish.
I don't know how big those tiki mugs were. So they were to be specific, they were the tiki. I think they were Mondo
Yeah.
tiki mugs from
Easily more than 8 ounces.
Alamo Draft House. From you could get them when Ready Player One came out. They were like Iron Giant.
Oh,
Probably
why just say that?
Probably at least 16 ounces. Probably at least 16 ounces.
Oh yeah, might
I
be.
finished that
so
cap
I'd
my
guess
night
12.
off with blue.
So-
I'd guess 12.
So you would think they were 12 ounces?
I would guess 12.
No, they
There's-
were bigger than this.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
I
Or
feel
at least
like-
the same
I'm just
size.
I feel like they
That's
weren't
16
naked,
ounces.
but I
They're
think the walls are
thick
kind of
and-
No, but I think
Yeah.
I think the lower wall was about here, and then the taller wall was
No, I
probably
mean like just
here.
the thickness
Michael,
of the
that's
interior.
16
is
Oh,
like-
okay.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to compare the tiki mug I was drinking.
So
out of.
Then it
think
might
that-
be 16. You might be right.
Yeah.
12 to 16, certainly more than
80.
8.
And then
Yes.
how many did we all
I had
claim? I didn't have any.
I had at least 3.
I had a blue.
So
That's 240.
I mean, if we're calling it in the middle
With no
say
ice,
it was
that's
what,
240.
No, it was tons of ice. I had tons of ice.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Those
he
are
even
the
went-
only instructions.
He went, I'm gonna do a favor or
180.
something like
Yeah.
that. And then he
Yeah, it said pour over ice.
If it was
Those
12
are the
ounces,
instructions.
if it was 12
What
ounces,
the
it's like
hell are
180.
you talking about?
I already said I
Blue.
You just keep calling it blue.
No, it was
I
called a
absolutely
zombie.
explained it earlier.
It was called a zombie.
I said it. I went to the liquor store and it was a rum, like Caribbean rum drink that was pre-mixed, so it had all the shit in it.
Called
It
a
was
zombie,
blue.
which is a
So it's
type of
literally
drink.
just like poured over ice, and I'm lazy, so I was like, I'll buy that. So it's just a pre-mixed.
But instead of ever
drink.
saying, "Hey, I'll take a zombie," we just said, "I'll
It's
give me
just
some of the
blue.
blue."
It was
Right.
like Gatorade. It was just like a blue drink.
Saying blue.
And I'm
Game night
who wants
wasn't
more blue? Who's
sponsored.
drinking blue?
Game night wasn't sponsored. We're calling it blue.
This is a Gatorade. You can't just
Well,
tell it by the color.
the thing
that's-
is,
I mean,
You could.
I mean,
and
the
we
brand
did.
isn't zombie. A zombie's a type of drink.
I know that.
Yeah. So
I
I
didn't
mean,
even
we're
know
still
what
not.
brand it was. I was buying real things,
Yeah.
and then I saw blue. And I went, I'll buy that.
Yo, I like blue.
It does the work for me. I have,
Yo, you want blue?
I'll bring it
I
in
got
next
blue.
week. I got one bottle of blue left.
Bring in the blue.
Dang,
Do it.
blue. Everyone
Nice.
take a 4-ounce drink.
Blue
It'll be really
podcast.
good.
You'll be set for the
so
day.
assuming, just say it was 12 ounces. That's like
180?
63. grams. So you said
Yeah,
it's
so it'd be
42?
60 times
Like
3?
60? Yeah. Oh God.
Do me a favor. Look
That's
up a
why
White
I
Claw now.
almost didn't survive.
White Claw was like 100.
grams.
It was like 90 calories, 100
That's what I
calories or
thought,
something.
okay,
It's like
because-
2 or 3 grams of sugar. It's
Yeah.
mostly fake sweetener, I
Well,
think.
Jeremy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm sure the calorie count's lower." I'm like, "Yeah, it absolutely is."
I
The
could be
first time
wrong,
that
I'm
I
just guessing.
heard of White Claw was when like literally every just like Instagram girl that I knew was drinking White Claw. And they're like, "Yeah,
Ah,
Claw's out."
I like
drunk,
black cherry,
but stay
Pat.
slim.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
And
That's
I was
good.
like, I don't know if I can get into this. Tried it, love it, because I love LaCroix. Same thing.
That was one of those things. I had it simply because I don't even remember where I had it, but everybody was. It was like the college scene or whatever of like douchey drink, and then people were jokingly drinking it. So then I had like a joke drink, and I'm like, this ain't bad.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And then you were shocked when I didn't know what it was.
I'll be honest.
Ironically drinking White Claw.
Essentially, yeah. And now I'm just drinking it because I bought so much, and
I'm
it's
sure-
in my house.
I'm sure a lot of college kids are like, I'm hydrating while I get
Because they're fucking
blasted.
stupid. Yeah.
But it's like the same thing as like the Four Loko craze, like 10 years ago, where people were like, "Oh, it keeps me up, it keeps me going, partying."
And then you
while
die.
I get drunk, now I'm dead.
About that,
Whoa,
though,
ultimate party.
Like Four Loko, though. To be fair, like White Claw, you got to put the work in.
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to drink fucking 12 cans.
Yeah,
of
but
that.
these are college kids. That's easy.
For
You
Loco, you have to
Four Loko,
smell it.
it's like-
ever play
God.
Wizard's
Drink two and
Cane
you're
or
out.
whatever they call it, where they
No,
stack
I
them
have
all
no
up as a
wizards.
staff and you start
There are
bashing
no
each other
movies
with
in
it?
prison.
No movies, the Dementors.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
You
So
always go
my-
back to the
My
debate.
brain went. You said wizards. I thought Harry Potter. I
Not
thought The
Harry.
Office.
No,
Harry
no,
Potter.
not like Harry Potter.
It's always like 4 steps from The Office.
Talk about that.
That is a life fact.
It really
Everything
is.
is 4 degrees.
The Office.
Or
The Office.
closer.
Oh yeah,
Or
much,
at
usually
most.
closer. Not as close to Kevin Bacon. That's 7 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Goodness.
That's
we're always-
you can do
Wow.
anything. It's
The
Life
Office
is
is a
4
lot more
degrees from The
relatable than
Office.
Kevin
It
Bacon.
really is.
Well,
Yeah.
We've been listening to a podcast that came out.
I've mentioned this a
Face
bunch.
Jam?
Office Ladies.
The Office Ladies.
In between Face Jam episodes, because
Yeah.
it's
Of
only
course.
every other week, so I got to
With,
fill in the bye week somehow.
Yeah.
Jenna Fisher and Angela Kingsley.
Kinsey.
Kinsey, sorry.
Oh, that's copyrighted. Can't play it. You talk
Blah,
over
blah,
it. Just
blah,
stop it.
blah, blah.
Calling me. All right.
What is that?
Nailed it.
ringtone?
Covered
It's
it.
a Zelda.
It's found.
Oh,
Lavender
yeah, I
Town.
just heard it like dinging.
Yeah, it's called Legend of Zelda. Have you heard of it? Do you,
It's,
are you familiar with the series, Michael?
It's an okay game.
He's a fake gamer guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
Maybe you'll play it.
But the Office podcast is great. Check it out. They talk about behind the scenes exclusives of the show and what it was like to work on it.
I
just
mean,
think
what
it's
it
really
is
cool.
it's a rewatch of The Office, and then
Yes.
they discuss every episode.
We gotta help them out. You know.
Yeah,
Help them out.
Get number one.
They're only number
Get
2.
number
They're only
one.
under Joe Rogan, so they really
Yeah.
need the help. They've had 6 episodes, and they've been number 2 since like episode 3. So I think it's
Yeah.
pretty popular.
can
Are they
beat
gonna
up-
get like Rainn Wilson or anybody like John Krasinski to
He's
guest?
already called
Yeah.
in.
Oh yeah.
they called
Oh,
in.
It's on episode 3.
Oh nice.
They have
Makes sense.
they have an extensive network. Their theme song is written and performed by Creed Bratton because they
Nice.
give credits at the end.
Yeah.
So he did the theme song, and then they already have like a producer and like an editor that like just edits the
That's
clips
dope.
because clearly it's like tight.
Right.
It is
They're,
very
they're
tight.
like they're basically like we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, you just talk for like
We're
an hour and like
actors.
hyper cut it
They're
down.
like
you
really
know?
good friends, so they ramble a lot.
They're
they, like, get
wholesome
off-
as fuck. Like,
They are.
They
That's
constantly
good.
are like, oh, I love you too, friends.
No, you're
Like,
great. No, you're great. No, you're great. Which normally I would despise, but then they talk about The Office, so I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
you know, it evens
it's
out.
great because I know every damn thing they're talking about because like the first 4 seasons are burned into my
Yep.
brains. Any moment, any scene, like I don't need to rewatch
You
it.
replay it in the brain.
I guarantee you, the casual or like I would say maybe not casual, but like average Office fan who does like background Netflix stuff knows more about the show than they do. They'll have revelations where we're like, well, no shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
listening to it and they're like, did you know this thing happened? And I'm like, yeah, I noticed that in my 9th time I watched that episode.
Is each episode, and we're diving more into their podcast than ours, but
That's fine.
is each episode of their podcast an episode of The Office?
Yeah, that's just
Yeah.
one.
So it's like one for one.
for
Do they
one.
go through the
Oh,
whole?
what's
so
gonna
they got
happen
they
when
got
they get to the
they got
end?
some legs.
They got legs. They just finished season 1 because it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
But then they're all
Season one's
besides
rough.
season 4 is 13 or so because of the writer's strike. But every other one's like 22 episodes.
Gotcha.
But
So-
still, you're really limiting your number of podcasts there.
Yeah.
What are they going to do
Really
at the
limiting.
end?
They've got a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
There's-
and I would argue
It's once a week. That's like years of
I mean,
content.
we've had more off topics than episodes.
Yeah, you could even go back. Like they could go through every episode, go back and be like, oh, here are some other stories that we didn't tell beforehand.
They call that
This.
season 2.
Right.
The rewatch of the rewatch.
Yeah. Now on this
Then they watch the
on
British
episode
version.
1 of our podcast, now they like it's a
That would get them
it's
3
super
more
meta.
episodes.
It's about their own podcast.
Whoa.
Take that,
They do a re-listen.
And flip.
Yeah.
Flip it.
2 other members of the Office cast listen to their Office podcast and then they critique them.
What I also like from it, aside from just enjoying the production value, because I'm in production, I like how films are made and television shows are made and how that works.
We don't do those.
I also love how alike or different actors are to the characters that they play. So it's great for me to listen to conversations with Jenna Fisher, and I'm like, that's just Pam. Like, she's just being
She's very
Pam
much
right here.
Pam, but Angela's nice because Angela Kinsey is not a cunt.
Not a
No.
bastard lady
Right.
or whatever.
Yes,
Yes.
but that's
Not
what's
like
great.
always
But,
at
like,
Pam
yeah.
or whatever.
That speaks to
It's
the,
really funny.
the
Yeah.
talent that she has, that she can pull out this like huge cunt character, but in real
Whoa,
life
don't
she's
say the
super
C
nice.
word.
Whoa.
I said it. I said it.
Whoa.
That's my
Demonetized.
word.
I'll be honest.
Just because I
I'll
said
be
it,
honest.
so.
Demonetized.
That's
That was
right.
it.
That's demonetized.
Dude, we made it almost 2 hours.
No, that's all right.
There it is.
No,
Jim
I mean
will be
like
in there and be like, oh, that huge titty.
Small movies.
Small
movies. That was
No one
such a
knows what we're
fucking
talking
waste
about.
of time. It was such a
So-
waste of time.
Sorry,
so
Trevor,
for the
what's up?
audience, no.
BTS
I'll
video is
what we're
continue.
talking about now?
I'll
Okay.
The
continue.
audio is worthless.
So we recorded like a classic behind the scenes moment. Like sometimes between the games is
Classic.
like, okay, let's do something like waterboard each other. Other times between the games is just like, this is literally a behind the scenes.
I think
And,
it'd be worse to be waterboarded with that gallon of tea.
I don't know, man. We'll do it later.
No, not the
So-
milk.
Yep.
So I had this conversation on Awu, so I can talk about it a little bit here, but I want to get to the meat of it. But so YouTube is a platform that we don't have any control over. It's something that like we have to kind of ebb and flow
It holds
as.
us hostage.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that because without it we wouldn't really have a livelihood.
It's
But like,
got a knife to our throats.
but like we ebb and flow with a platform that we don't control, and we kind of have to, like everybody else, predict and understand and try to read into what it's looking for. And
Consult the oracle. What will you pledge
YouTube
me?
is an orc.
you will bring down the wrath of YouTube. I'll be honest.
The crystal
But-
speaks.
So and like, and much
Giant
to our
red button in
chagrin,
the sky. How may I please you today?
He's, I don't know
I'm
if you're
done. It's
gonna get
okay.
through this.
But so I do want to be honest with the audience for a second. So much to our chagrin, and much I'm sure like to your displeasure, you know, we have to start really considering like what the content holds and what it is, because you got the things like we're being pinched on two ends. On one half, you can't like curse too much or have like violent content or whatever else.
Sure,
like,
that's
like,
advertiser unfriendly.
Right.
Yeah.
Super edgy content is being demonetized because it's not advertiser friendly. Like, and I get it. I understand it. I think we all know that it happened in the adpocalypse. Yada yada yada. Now we have
Yeah,
COPPA coming down from the other end that says like, hey, if you're too family friendly, this can appeal to kids.
Sure,
like, for
kids like
example,
this.
right? You're playing Minecraft. A kid could like Minecraft. Hey,
Uh-oh.
and you're not cussing anymore, so a kid could watch this. And so suddenly you're not able to have comments, or monetization goes down by like 90%. And so you get pinched into this little area. So what we're doing is like we're putting content on our website uncensored, like just kind of the way as we would kind of as
added
God
in
intended,
extra
right?
curse
As
words.
Yeah.
Achievement Hunter intended, it goes on the website. But what you might start noticing is on YouTube, we want to keep it as close to that as possible, but we're gonna have to start censoring a la television.
But we gotta have just a little bit, otherwise then it's kid friendly.
Right. So like television,
Right.
like South Park.
The
or
problem
something.
with, and by the way, the problem with the kid friendly thing is if you get slapped with kid friendly, your advertising revenue goes down by about 90%.
90%. And
It's bad.
and the FTC can, without warning, if they disagree with your rating, they can slap you with, I think it was
$42,000.
$42,000 per video.
Don't fuck it up.
They can slap you with a fine and say,
I'm sorry.
you mislabeled this.
Don't fun it up.
No, now you're being kid friendly.
No, don't.
No.
Don't. Small titties. It up.
Yeah.
So
We're getting to that part.
So now
Yeah.
we've come around. Some of the business aside, thank you for your understanding. By the way, the people that have already
working
seen
on it, we're
and
figuring
all
it
that.
out.
Forever.
Yeah.
I've had an idea.
Hold on. I want to get to the
damn
thing.
point. He's so.
So I talked about that in Nawu, and I thought it'd be a funny like behind the scenes video because like back in the day, you guys had the Let's Play controller fall down,
We all
and you
yelled
go,
stuff.
"Whee!" right? And you guys
Let's
filmed
play.
it, and that's a good behind the scenes moment. You guys get to see a little peek behind the curtain of what we do. So I thought like, why don't we all just sit down, look at our webcams, and mic up, and just like throw out words and sounds that are classic Achievement Hunter that we can then use
Use
those
as
sound
sensors.
bits. Because YouTube can pick up silences, bleeps, repeated noises, like they can pick that up and assume it's cursing. So if we want it to kind of really blend in, we would use noises and sounds and words that we would normally use. And so we sit down and we're all just like taking kind of some turns or
And
whatever.
Jeff was here for
and
this.
Jeff was like, all right, I'm all about it. Here we go. Titties!
He just kept saying titties.
Titties! And we're like,
Boobies.
And
Small
yeah.
boobies.
I'm like,
He started
okay,
modifying
Jeff,
them, yeah.
I got it. We got to move past it. And he goes, okay. Small titties. Little boobies.
Like, what is this censoring? What are you doing?
Like,
But
because
also-
most of our words that we're gonna say that need to be censored are just like saying like fucking.
Four-letter
like,
words,
Like, oh,
right.
that fucking thing over there. And like, so it's not gonna be like, oh,
Right.
that titty
It's usually
thing
like
over there.
a fuck or a shit or a fucking.
It needs to
or
be quick,
shitting.
like a syllable or
And,
two.
I mean, within 30 seconds, it'd be like, oh, what's that over there? Like everything we did was just unusable.
I think in
It
the
was
video,
unusable.
in the video, Jeremy starts going, help. Help me. And then I start going, no, really, this isn't fake. This isn't a joke.
That was some of mine.
Yeah, and then you start going, this isn't in the video. I'm actually hurt. Help. And like, you
I'm
go-
actually hurt.
And
There,
then-
no one's helping
and then I
me.
go, why is no one helping? Ouch. Like, it's
It was.
It was a mess.
wide
If nothing
thing.
It's
else-
a funny behind the scenes.
if nothing else, we might put that out
all it
just
will be.
because
Of nothing.
we were cracking
there's,
up.
There's no in front of the scenes.
There's no premise.
it's just the behind the scenes. Small titty.
Yeah. It's funny, ironically, the video itself of recording words that we would need to censor, like, all right,
Needs
let's
to be
let's
censored.
throw in like "caw" and stuff like that, needed to be censored because of the things that we were saying. Just it became a mess. But
All right, so here I know how we're gonna fix it.
okay, what's your
I
fix?
know the solution.
Yeah, I put on my YouTube hat.
This is actually legitimately maybe this
This
will
is
work.
legitimate.
Okay.
Okay.
What
Get that
if
smile off your face?
We just on all the thumbnails said,
Titties.
well, you could do that too. I mean, that's one way to go about it, but I feel like advertisers may pick up.
They'll
on
catch
that.
on.
Coke loves titties.
no, not if they're selling bras.
Yeah,
Nice
Coke.
bra.
No, let's go like the pack of
Victoria's
cigarettes.
Secret all over our content.
Another option.
Pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, we should
didn't
have like
get
at the
it.
bottom we have a little
Bra.
logo that's like not for consuming by children.
Victoria's
Like
Secret.
it's that
Angela's,
got
like, not having
lying
it.
and cheating and stealing and
Yes,
murder.
okay.
Take the British route. Like on the pack of cigarettes, they have like the dead guy or
Yeah.
the diseased lung. On ours, it's like
Yeah.
you in jail or not getting a job.
Bottom of the thumbnail, we like not for kids. Got violence, cursing,
I
angry.
mean, it's fair because kids content says like, what's a show on like that
Damn,
Iris would
TDM.
watch or whatever.
Goo Goo
right?
Triceratops.
It'd be like Peppa
PJ
Pig,
Masks.
Peppa Pig music, Peppa Pig dancing, like parentheses for kids, Peppa Pig for kids. Like it would repeat all of that. So we'll just do that.
put it in the
but then say
thumbnail,
not for kids.
if we put it in the thumbnail, they can't say it's for kids.
Right.
Right.
We said it was not for kids.
Minecraft, not for kids.
This Minecraft has
Can we put like Minecraft titties? Fuck off, kids.
Fuck off.
My biggest question and takeaway from this.
yes,
Do each of you
have titties. Yeah.
consider? Yes.
Some
I know.
days.
I know you all. Do.
I'm jeffing it right
really-
now.
it's really-
I'm
I know
jeffing
it.
it.
It really burrowed its way in
Sorry,
there.
sorry.
You got
Please.
Do
I got
you
tits.
do you spell it Tittties?
No, that's a D.
Or Tiddis?
Oh, I feel
Well,
like
that
it's titties.
It depends on
you're
how
saying it.
formal or informal.
I
it
feel
is.
like Jeff was saying titties.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really.
read the
I
room.
thought he was hitting the T.
Jeremy would hit him with a double D. I might hit him with a double T.
See,
I would
we're
hope so,
we're
double
split.
D.
here.
See,
Damn.
okay,
Well,
here's the difference.
A
It's,
double D's if I'm joking around. Double T's if I'm serious.
If we're getting into business.
About those titties.
Matt, I would like to see your titties.
Not respond.
Please present your titties.
So Kat knows when
How do
you're
I
talking.
dig my way out of this?
To like,
Kat does not like it when I say tits.
What
She does
were you
not
saying,
like
Ryan?
that.
You had some input a second
well, I
ago.
was just gonna say. I mean, there's a, yeah,
no.
the titties is more tiddies.
Titties.
Tiddies.
So
That's
you-
what it sounded like you were saying. It sounded like you were saying
What are your
some D
hands
to me.
doing?
I'm gonna
taking
I
it
didn't see
down
Because you're a cool
to
guy.
tiddies.
It's
I'll be
cool guy
honest.
titty time.
I wasn't on the side of the room. I didn't see Jeff's hands.
Tell me bye bye.
I
I was
heard
sitting
what he
over
was
there.
saying.
He was definitely going,
I know he was going-
titties!
Yeah,
Titty
wow.
bye-bye,
Oh, like
everyone.
it's a surprise.
I'm
Titties
gonna-
are up high, titties are down low.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be crazy.
Titties.
The second
here's the
this
challenge.
goes on YouTube, slammed. It's demonetized. This is when we
Do
learned
you
that
think we were
titties
good
is
until this
demonetized.
conversation?
No.
Here's my question
Put
though.
4
If you're-
kids in the
if you're
title.
tracking the
No,
titties,
don't say 4 kids because the YouTube algorithm will scan the audio.
How many T's and how many D's were said in this episode? That's good luck figuring that out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Put that in the swear jar.
I just
And the
say
best T's are D's, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey!
You keep saying it. I do know. You keep looking at me.
Sometimes not true, yeah.
Jesus.
Because I want your reaction. It's
I
funny.
do know. Well, that, was like, that goes back to Olive Garden. When Michael, Fiona, okay, so Michael is leaning
all
on this
comes
character
back to
thing. Yeah,
Olive
it all
Garden.
comes
Leave
back
to
to Olive
Olive
Garden.
Garden.
I'm saving us from the T's and the
Everything comes
D's.
from the source.
So a conversation was happening in the Olive Garden.
I was gonna
Michael was alluding to these characters that you're going to see on the post show. If you're a first member, go check it out. but these characters that Michael and Jeremy have been workshopping relentlessly.
Forced upon everyone else.
90% off camera.
I have followed Jeremy and Alfredo into their own streams outside of work.
Oh, God.
And left comments
Yeah,
as
he
this
has.
man.
So
Old
Fiona's
man
like,
hops into the
Fiona's like,
chat.
oh, Michael, you should do something with that character. And you're just like staring at Jeremy, like she's perpendicular to your
Right,
left,
she's- yeah,
staring
right.
at Jeremy because you guys like when you want a reaction out of each other,
We
you'll
just
just,
look at
you'll
each
just
other.
lock
We just
in, and you'll be
stare
like,
at each other.
you're like, I know, that's why I'm doing the character. I'm gonna have a show about it anyway. You gotta stop telling me about it. She goes, oh yeah, but Michael, you need a show, and you're not even looking at her.
He's
You're
going,
just like,
stop pitching me my own idea.
Well, it's like
tell me my own idea.
We've been doing it for weeks, like annoyingly. And then I was like, I'm gonna buy these masks. And then I bought like a walker and a cane. And then like the one day I kept showing you pictures of adult diapers.
Oh
You kept
my
going,
God, it's
Stop
all-
showing me this
Can't tell.
diaper.
Can't tell.
Because it was like it's like a 35-year-old guy, and it's supposed to be like no one knows. Like, and it looks like underwear, but like the front is bulgy and looks like a diaper. And I just kept showing Jeremy going, you don't know what he's.
Well, I think it
what's
was
he
during
wearing?
GTA.
What's he wearing?
He's just got a very pillowy dick.
No
And I'm
idea.
going, stop showing me guys in diapers.
And I was like, well, you mentioned
Guys
it.
in
You were
diapers.
like, oh man, I wonder if they're in diapers. And then you couldn't take it back.
I said something about I made some depends
You made
joke.
some kind of depends joke, and I was like, no, that's good, and you're like, stop.
good content.
So like this has been going on for so long, and then we finally got the masks, right? Which like sealed the deal.
Made it
and
10 times funnier to us.
The second we started doing that, Fiona's like, you guys should do something with
Maybe we
this.
could
And I'm like,
literally-
that's why I bought them, I'm trying. And like she was just like kept attacking me all day at Olive Garden. So at one point I'm just looking at you and like I literally go, stop bitching me my own show. I heard it. I'm agreeing with you. I'm glad you think it's funny. Thank you for your support.
Yeah.
You gotta let me live.
And wasn't she like, why are you looking
As you're
at
saying
me?
that, she's like smiling this huge smile. She's like, no, you need to do
Well,
a
then
show.
it became a
You
joke
need
at
to do a show.
that
And then
moment.
just kept
where,
like,
the rest of the day, Trevor would go, I got an idea for a show.
hold on.
I feel like
I
it's
take my
the perfect
suspenders
angle.
and I slap them to my chest. I go,
You're up high. That's titty.
I gotta, oh, right onto my,
Right.
yeah, bring it back.
Yeah, I started like yelling at Olive
This
Garden.
should be
looking
the
at
Bring It
Jeremy.
Back podcast.
And Fiona
Everything-
goes, you're not even looking at me. And I'm like, I'm trying not to look at you. I'm looking at Jeremy.
Honestly, this camera's perfect. It's the perfect angle.
Michael-
See, I was Fiona. I'm like,
No,
Michael, hey.
no, it worked though because she was all at the other end of the
She was
table
like
though.
3 seats down or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Michael's
like
yelling at me,
leaning
and
in.
the
It was
whole
like-
time Michael's yelling, I'm going,
Actually,
going,
this layout is perfect in the sense that if I'm Fiona, that's Michale and Jeremy's there.
yeah.
So she
Wide
was
shot.
right next across from Jeremy
Yeah,
during this whole thing.
Yeah.
She
That's
was
true.
like right here.
So, talk about your that you guys do. Fucking last
Oh, dude,
week.
the other day, last week, we were
Yeah, no
leaving the
shit.
office, and Jeremy's driving out, and I'm walking to my car, and right as Jeremy drives by, he rolls his window down at the exact same time. We both go, and that was it.
And then it drove
he just
off.
rolls the window back up and drives away. I was like, that was awesome.
The synergy.
That was awesome.
I just
So
shook
if you've
my
ever
head.
wondered what it's like behind the scenes at
It's
Achievement Hunter,
It's brutal.
even when the camera's not rolling, it just
God,
keeps
it's
going.
on.
Lindsay,
Always.
Lindsay this morning walked into her bedroom.
That's a good clip.
Before we came to work, Lindsay walked into the room, was like, Jesus fucking Christ, we're in our own home and I can hear you talking to yourself in the room. And I go, because the post show, I gotta get ready.
Yeah.
I was like in the mirror going like, what are you doing over here?
Well,
What's
don't even
going
need to
on
get
here?"
ready.
No,
my
I need to- I
introduction
need
to the
get in there.
masks was because we as old men yell about Pokemon a lot. Was one of the
You're the
bits.
Pokeman.
We're the Pokemen.
The men.
We've
Men's.
talked about that, like where we just yell about Pokemon and how they kill people and life is awful. But my introduction to the mask is I went home after work one day and I fell asleep. I was just really tired, and so I fell asleep and I woke up later having a text on my phone from Michael. And it's him at his toilet with the back of the toilet up. He's screaming into it and going, "Shut up down there! Those damn mucks are
about the
down there!"
mucks.
He's yelling at mucks. And he's like, "Those mucks won't shut up." And he turns to the camera and he's got the full man mask on. He's like, "They won't be quiet. They never stop." And he goes,
voices.
"Oh, take me now!" Like he yelling at the ceiling.
The rhythm is this. They start. A bunch of guttural noises come out. They cobble their way
In a room that's totally silent.
from
Yeah.
point A to
Quiet.
B.
Right, nothing leads to it.
They just go from point A to B in the most inefficient way possible while screaming about something. And then at some point, one of them gets a flash of a memory and starts to ride, and then one of them falls, and then one of them then goes, "Where am I? How did I get here?" And then the other one starts to like figure out how they
fight
can
off.
try to figure out how they can die the nearest way possible. Like, take me, chug this up, die.
What I also love now with the masks, like there's been a couple things that you filmed where you can see it happen. Where like you walk in the room, you're doing stuff, and I'm there, like as Michael doing things, and you guys are filming. You turn the corner, and like I put the mask in, I come over, and you can see Jeremy walk out of frame as a human, and then later come back. And it's like he's transformed in the middle of a normal, everyday situation, and we're just all of a sudden there yelling about. You guys were talking. You were filming something else that had nothing to do
I
with
filmed
anything.
something, and it was so seamless, except for maybe one frame, because like I saw these things happening.
No, one frame.
And I want to put it out. I want to put it out as a between the games, but like you guys will have. I mean, obviously
to establish
the
this
characters
part.
are out of the bag, but like, whew.
It's
like-
actually in the bag right now over there.
Your breakdown of their arc as these
Their
characters.
circle.
Yeah, I was like, how do I
The
describe?
beginning and the end.
Yeah, it's just like
it's
two.
accurate.
Yeah, it's like any
It's a
old man
formula.
on their porch in their rocking chairs,
formula.
talking about whatever comes to mind.
There's always the addition of after they have the traumatic flashback, that's the inciting incident of like, oh, we're going there, we're going back a little bit to like, I don't know, the 30s? Sure.
Right.
Who's to say?
Whenever something bad happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's always an incident where someone dies horrifically and there's blood everywhere.
Oh, it was
Well,
terrible.
Reaper counts that.
Someone's always ripped to shreds.
Someone's torn to shreds.
shreds,
or
you say.
Covered in blood. Yeah, we remember horrific things. And then, but we like to hobble into the support room as them every now and again.
we
screaming at
fired
people.
in there this morning.
We fired into the support room this morning.
Steffi filmed it all.
Steffi was filming it, and like, but then Michael pointed out, like, we went to make our escape, which, as you said, is like the slowest,
slow.
most inefficient
Yeah.
walk ever. So I start walking out of the room, and just as we were walking out, Larry opened the door because he was coming in.
Oh, no.
And I was like, get out of the way! And I just started laying into Larry.
I saw Larry and I go, buzz that hair, you beat Nick, or something like
something
that.
like that, and I was like, I was already old when the hippies were around. They died off for a reason. And I was like poking him with a cane into the wall, and Michael goes, no one's even filming.
Steffi was behind me in the room, and Jeremy has Larry pinned up against the wall, laying into him about being a hippie. And I was like, there's not even a film happening. Still in the old man voice, though. I was like,
I think one of the most unfortunate
so
pieces
dumb.
captured is you filming him in character, and then realizing, oh,
Yeah.
you're in there.
Yeah.
How,
And
what am I
then he
holding?
forgets what a phone is while
He
filming me.
forgets what a camera is as he's holding it, and no one's there to capture that
That's
third
when I was
person.
biker old man.
yeah, Jeremy was a biker, and I'm filming, and I kept like
I had a leather
shaking the
jacket and a
camera.
bandana.
he walked the bike in, and then, yeah, you lose your mind at one point and go, what's that you're holding there? I'm like, what is, how are you in there?
And you
How are
pointed
you
at me
in
and you,
there?
who are you? And I yelled,
There's
"Who are
two of you. It's all very highbrow.
It is.
It's very smart.
You will see content of that
smart.
soon in whatever form.
You've missed half of it. I'll tell you already.
Oh,
We're telling you all you've missed.
Here's the thing too. As these characters go on, just assume you will miss more and more and more, because there will always be
We will
more.
become them
There will be more than ever is filmed.
Eventually,
Yes.
there will be more of them than Michael and Jeremy.
One would argue that's already happened.
I looked at you one day. I was sitting there and I go, oh, it's becoming a part of me now, or something like that.
Michael lost the mask for a little bit and was like, I feel
Lost
gone.
without it.
I feel lost.
A piece of me's missing.
Talk about slowest escape ever, fastest escape ever. The TTT snail came out.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we have our own Gmod. Once
Yeah.
again, thanks to Bender. I think it's 1800. He's got different numbers, but 1800
It's
is,
in the
is his
video.
Reddit
Yeah.
one. Yeah. But yeah, he took the murder mode, kind of changed it up. We played it. I think he's made some tweaks, so there is a snail
Adjustments are
trail.
being made.
Oh, there's a
Snail trail.
now?
We talked about like salt traps.
Salt
and stuff.
traps would be funny.
So he's working on it.
Snail health has been lowered.
Yep,
As,
and we figured out how to modify it after
we can
recorded.
modify that in the commands.
But now
a
when
good
you
start,
set up the
though.
lobby, you can change those elements.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there were no lobby
I
options.
saw some comments about it, and I do have to agree. Like, the initial health for the snail makes sense if the lore of the snail is the second he comes to you, like, you're dead in one hit. It's not
Right.
like a
but
chase.
Also, there's lore and then there's play the game.
Keep the cannon
Well,
of
so-
the
so I-
integrity is ruined.
I
The
changed it
snail's
to a
open.
snail last minute because initially in the in-room pitch I made, it was a crab because we were talking about crab week. Crab
We
week's
talked
back
about
on the
crab week for 2
table.
But we were
years.
also doing a TTT with animals. That's
Right.
not out
Oh
yet.
yeah.
And
We
that was
also
the little crab.
that's out now.
Oh, that's out now?
Thanksgiving Zoo
That one's
Escape
dumb
or whatever.
as
It's
shit.
wild.
Oh my God.
It's a TTT where
So
we're all
dumb.
animals. You should
So-
watch
In
it
a
if you're
zoo.
watching.
Which I forgot to be the bee, which is a pixel basically. So you have like a shotgun bee.
That's what started. That's what started the video.
Yeah.
Is you were like, Jeremy, I'm a bee, and I shot you, and it was just like a
Blood
splatter.
everywhere.
He was like,
Gallons
there's a lot
of
of blood in
blood.
that bee.
So you're saying you're flying around, but you still see the shotguns? There's just floating.
Yeah,
I think so.
Shotgun just
I think
floats
so. So that's where I was like, yep, we got another contender for Crab Week, just another 6 more games, But yeah, so I tweeted that out, and then I figured Snail, and everyone's like, Snail's not fast, and I'm like, well, that's just part of the comedy of it.
Right.
Snails
Snail's
aren't supposed
fast.
to be
What are you,
fast.
funny man now?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Snails don't have knives either.
But also,
Make me laugh,
it beautifully, well, I don't know, maybe they do. It beautifully connects with Gavin's old conversation where
podcast.
Yeah.
where before
Snail
MDB
effect.
was
yes,
really
in
a
the lore
thing.
of that,
but-
Lindsay, that snail was slow.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing of the question.
Gotcha.
Death
And
snail.
then It Follows came out, and no one's paid their royalties to Gavin yet.
Also, talking about that, I don't know if you saw Gavin's tweet about Post Malone saying he likes grapes when he was receiving his
Oh,
award.
yeah.
I mean, people
I
do
assume
like
there was a
grapes.
context there.
I'll be
It's
honest too.
funny.
Like,
I think it was
we
just
didn't
facts.
invent the love for grapes.
We
We
did.
just
No,
printed
we
it.
did.
It's in fact why he said it.
Yeah.
Because people do like
It's
grapes.
true.
It's just stating a fact.
Yeah.
He didn't create reality with that statement. Yeah.
It feels like he did. It's good.
He created a
Before that, the grape industry was in the toilet. No one was buying
Nobody
grapes.
was
Right.
eating grapes. They
Now
were just squished. them.
everyone's eating grapes.
That's how wine happened. People were like, "Look at these disgusting
So
things.
I'm gonna
disgusting.
squish them."
step on him.
I'm gonna squish
hate
them."
'em.
And then some slug came along and was like, "I'll suck that up."
Someone was like,
Slug of a
please,
human.
sir. And then they just drank the dregs after they'd sat there for a week. Like our experiment in the office.
Yeah, we don't really. We should.
That
save
doesn't
for
exist
later.
publicly
Yeah,
yet.
we'll say
I just
that.
mean like we should wrap up.
We should.
yeah.
Yeah, we got the
On for a
post show and
while
the
and
stream.
Post-show,
We got
stream,
stuff to
good
do.
Stuff to
What are we
do.
If you've made it this far,
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I think it's me,
far,
Michael
let us
Jackson,
know
Ryan.
in the
Not in it.
comments
You're not in
because
it.
You didn't even have to say who
Because
was
most
behind
of you
it.
haven't.
because most of you haven't. This is a long podcast. A lot of people drop off.
First 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Usually.
truly. And then about halfway through,
They're like,
half people are
they'll be like,
gone.
honestly, I don't know who that guy on the table was, and I didn't watch to find out who.
You know who
I'm
stayed till
gone
the end
now.
though? What's up, Post Malone? Thanks for watching.
Hey, thanks.
Hey,
you know what?
Thanks for liking
Thanks
grapes.
for-
Like,
thanks
a
for the
love off
support.
topic.
Before you
Well,
go,
a hit on the.
if you're watching on YouTube, ring the bell. We were dumb. We apologize. We thought it was funny to make
Yeah,
fun of everybody else.
Yeah,
we
but
used to
it's
make fun of
important
that
now.
stuff. and
They're now more successful than us. Please ring the bell.
If you like the podcast, ring the bell.
really, what
mean,
it
the
is
thing is, the
it will.
people-
And by ring the bell, we mean click the bell
The
thing.
people
under the
that
video.
were around were always more successful. If you're referring to like PewDiePie and Markiplier, and then the other people that are more successful weren't alive.
Like laser
10
beam.
years ago.
Yeah,
Right.
they were
Like
all
laser
dead.
beam.
They've been grown in a
all
lab.
10-year-old.
See, but then we hired one. Then we got Fiona.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
part of that crowd.
Yeah. Well, really, what happens with that
Look,
notification
we're
is
new.
it prevents you from missing our content.
Sub
Like
means
it
nothing.
notifies
Yeah,
you.
subs are.
Sub means
It
nothing.
literally means
Still,
nothing.
thank you for subscribing.
I mean, yeah,
Truly.
it's like,
Thank you. It's meaningless.
But it's not. That's not in charge of like notifying you
Right.
anymore. Now the bell notification.
this should have been at the top of the show.
they thought it
Probably.
was convenient,
Probably.
to split it up.
Because
into
like
two
the
different
10% of you
things.
that are remaining, thank you for
Probably
staying on.
rang that.
Have
bell.
already
And
rung the
probably
bell.
are doing their dishes right now.
Did we do it right?
What if I squirt this
YouTube gods,
right in your eye?
have we
Please
supplicated in the
Should I
way
just
that you
get 'em?
chose?
Yeah, just
No, kid friendly.
We've made it not kid friendly, but just kid friendly enough for the advertisers, and we've told them to ring the bell. YouTube gods, please.
mature children.
Please have
16
pity on
plus,
us.
perhaps.
Don't say mature.
View
children.
us what you
Okay,
got.
what are adults but mature
Also,
children?
we still don't know if it's
Like, you're
DD or
mature for
TT.
your age.
Oh.
Tell
And
us.
final
You know what I'm
message.
saying?
Why'd you gotta spoil
Happy
it?
Thanksgiving,
said it.
everybody! If you
Oh.
celebrate Thanksgiving, be
Happy Thanksgiving.
go be
Oh,
thankful
we
for things.
botched it. We didn't
about
like
it.
attack each
Job.
other.
No, we didn't attack each other. We were
Or
thankful.
say what we were
Everyone's
thankful for.
I'm
I
thankful.
was thankful for Tyler,
And
and, I
if you don't
forgave
celebrate
him for the
Thanksgiving,
cheese.
that just take a second to be thankful anyway.
If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, go to the movies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They are,
Those-
right? Knives Out.
Nobody in
is
there.
Out.
I need to see Knives
That
Out.
looks cool.
Hey, and if you're working on Thanksgiving, you know what? Thanks for
Thank you.
keeping other things alive while everyone is eating and visiting with family.
If you're
Being
working in
lazy.
like fast food, then they're killing them.
Yeah,
Well, I guess
but that's what
people-
I'm saying. Like, if you're working on Thanksgiving or other holidays,
Like a
thanks
pet.
for like keeping America going.
Thank you.
America
Like
runs on
Duncan.
America runs on Duncan. I was going
America
there.
runs on
I was going
you.
there,
On
baby.
you.
That's why we got the old
You're
man
the
energy.
Duncan.
America runs on
race.
you.
This video has so many outros.
Goodbye, everybody.
And for one more outro, check out the post show.
Oh, bye.
Bye, sweet tea, baby. Here, let me rip that logo open for you.
Bye.
I'm gonna get the logo out there. Get in, go. Send it to the credits, please.
Bye.
Thank you.